we're going to try and do as close to as 100% as I can while still doing a... Thank you so much, Decadency. While still doing a blind playthrough, it's the usual no spoilers, no backseating thing. Also, there's a huge sort of sailing component. You go around this map with all these islands and all this kind of stuff and uncovers. This is the full world map. It is huge. Each one of these spaces is a full port or a city or anything like that. Last we left our crew, we had just gone and stopped a religious suicide cult. We'd rescued one of our main party members' apparent sons, or a sort of like unknown. He didn't realize he had a son. He's found out recently from taking part in a sort of boat-based religious suicide cult. We rescued him. We succeeded there. So we're going to have to head back to doing a little bit more in the main capital of Nekataka, as a whole bunch of quests have been getting wrapped up in stories, and they're all leading us back there simultaneously. So I'm uncovering a little bit more, but I'm also going to do this little marvel. There's a whole bunch of little things you can discover on the water, and yes, you can hear the sailors singing, you can hear the sailors talking. So there's Tiatara marvel. What we got here? And there's a nice little graphic novel element to it as well. Here we are. And this is where the narrative bit comes in. This is the story-based thing, and so on. This is the sort of story part of Story Sunday for narrative gameplay. So, to quote Diablo 2, stay a while. Or Cain from Diablo 2, stay a while and listen. The sea here is vast and smooth as cyan glass. Jumping up and down, Hamer shouts and points to the port at the pale pillar of luminous Ardra rising from beneath the surface of the water. Bayadol takes you closer, and this is the name of some of my crew, because they've all got names as well. It's actually not 100% sure that is his son. Yes, it's not apparently clear. We took it out. Congratulations against... it's been a while, but I thought that so far it is ambiguous. It's not 100% sure, but it's like apparently his son, and he's caring about it very much. But yeah, sorry, I'm doing a Crib Notes version. But it has been left a bit ambiguous if it seems to be the case, but they're certainly leaving like it might be, it might not. But we've got the case that it might be, but our main guy, Edér, it's his companion quest, that he's certainly looking after him in the possibility that he would be. Well done. Stonecrusher Phoenix went down. Congratulations to everyone who walked away with a profit. And Detox, how you doing, my dude? Much of the stone is encrusted with coral, but the visible portions coil above the water in long looping spirals. Ardra normally grows in large pillars, but this formation looks almost like 7 tentacles of some terrible sea monster grasping for the sky. Venezia whistles low. So old. Had to be Engwithans. Morale gain +5. Oh, well, that's a plus. Okay. By the way, folks, if you didn't already know, I've been away at an event all weekend, and my voice has gone to rags. So if I don't sound like my normal, I'm not delivering to quite the sort of quality and range of voices and accents that I put on for this. I do apologise, but yeah, I'm running on fumes when it comes to my vocal capabilities. Coin counter full as scoffs. Even if they don't do it, even they can do that. That's Ondra's slow, steady work. The Adra catches the sunlight, gleaming as if aglow from within. Indeed, it's hard to tell whether the Adra's strange contours have been shaped by slow wear of the sea or distorted by it. And something about that ambiguity makes the vision all the more extraordinary. The rest of the crew chimes in, debating the wander's meaning and origins in low, awed voices. Oh, who's going to win? Darkens. He's on a roll tonight. Congratulations. Well fought, both of you. Congratulations, Darkens. Option 1. This must have been the triumph of an ancient people. We are fortunate to have seen it. Option 2. Clearly this is the work of the gods, and we are blessed to have seen it. 3. Now we've seen it. Let's move on, shall we? 4. There's no way to know where it came from. Enjoy it for whatever it is. 5. This represents the malice of the gods. They're reaching for us, trying to drag us into the depths. 6. Continue on our course. So, wide range of options here. I try and play... I don't play my character literally role-playing in first person, but I try and be consistent in my choices and explain my thought process as I'm going. So, we've had 1 in favour for it's the work of the gods, it's the work of the ancient people, it's their, and there was like kind of no, it represents their anger, and then some pragmatic who gives a toss kind of answers. Now, Krayven, my fire monk player character, main guy, I play him pretty pragmatic, but in this world we know gods are real, we know the gods exist. In fact, we have direct conversations with them, or gods, because how they were created is a known fact, at least to us. So Ardra is where the phrase Pillars of Eternity comes from. It's like this whole network of like living rock almost that transmits souls through the planet and back into this living cycle. So Darkens, thank you so much for the lurk. If you're working and stuff, have a good shift, and if you're just chilling, really appreciate you being here and leaving the lurk up, mate. I'll catch you soon. Ardra and living Ardra usually is a natural or a god-based formation. I think the Engwithans were the only race of people that were able to really work it, but the way this has grown is kind of curious. It doesn't look like a natural pillar. It does look like some kind of tentacled monster kind of coming out, and it's been transformed or crystallized. There's no Andra erection joke. That would have been perfect, wouldn't it, Piney? Let's have a think. See, I would never go for this absolutism. Like, this must have been a triumph for the ancient people. I don't see what's so triumphal about it. Although I could emphasize we're fortunate in having seen it. Because remember, sailors typically, especially in sort of medieval and fantasy settings, are a very superstitious bunch. Clearly, this is the work of the gods, and we're blessed to have seen it. I'm not overly pious as a character. The gods are a bit of a pain in my ass, to be honest. Now we see we can move on. Which represents the malice of the gods. Honestly, I do play Krayven as very insightful, diplomatic, benevolent when he can be, but he's generally kind of pragmatic when something's unknown. He just tries to get more information. If he can't, he just goes with it. I think for me, it's option 4. There's no way to know where it came from. Enjoy it for whatever it is. That's in keeping with what he'd say, with no other sort of evidence and stuff to work on. Venitzi nods, while coin counter Fieldus murmurs a quiet prayer. The remainder of the crew nod and return to their duties, so fair enough. It was a very sort of non-committal and impassioned. Oh yeah, so Jyoti lifts her chin in interest. That wasn't especially impassioned answer, but okay, that appealed to her. And yes, certain choices you make appeal to certain traits that other characters have in your party and affect your reputation with them. Beardal sails past the Ardra, maintaining a safe distance. Hamer and coin counter Fuldas move to the aft castle, eyes locked on the Tiatara marvel until it disappears below the horizon. The crew earned 109 experience and 1 sailor experience. That's pretty cool. See, just something like that. That's just pure roleplay. That's just a nice little thing you can encounter in the world. I really like it when they have bits and pieces like that. Now, in the meanwhile, before we go back to the capital, there are a couple of bounties I want to collect. So we have various quests, new ones we picked up, storylines we've advanced, but there's a couple of older bounties we haven't gotten yet. Random fact, in the deep waters of the Pacific, researchers found an entire ecology inside an active volcano. Scalloped hammerhead sharks, silky sharks, and a 6-gill stingray was thriving in the acidic sulfur-filled water. The deep water camera that saw them were only ever to record them for an hour before it melted, but they found that the animals were not concerned about their situation in the caldera of an active volcano. Yeah, some of that stuff in Blue Planet that was produced, like the abundance of life around what you'd think were incredibly toxic, harmful, boiling hot waters, but like even complex, really complex stuff like hammerhead sharks and stingrays and that were in there. Was that on Blue Planet as well, Jinta? Because I'm assuming that got translated internationally, although I expect the action of having David Attenborough's narration was replaced by an American narration in some criminal act of multimedia vandalism. Let's see. Man of Chimes. No, these are companion quests. Should head over to an honoured guest before long. That's finally becoming our sort of level. Bounty, Asilla Wave Skipper. Yes, to the southwest of Port Margie. And Bounty Purakau, Oasis northeast of Margie Island. I think we're going to take care of both of those. And then to those of you who are newer, I can show you the turn-based combat system we got going on. So Port Margie's here. What was it? Did she say it was southwest? Asilla Wave Skipper, southwest and northeast. So that'll work in a direct line. That'll work well in a direct line. So Margie is here, northeast is up here, southwest is down there. So that's directly in the sort of path we want to go. we'll actually try and nip through the Fanged Strait. Let's see what we've got here. Haven't seen Blue Planet. I found this when I was recording the Escaped Rubber Ducky event. Oh, really? Cool. They actually referenced the Escaped Rubber Duck event in Blue Planet. The water darkens off the starboard bow of your ship, and jagged spurs and spits rise from the waves in the near distance. Raised voices carry from the helm. Now, this is going to be a shallow and sharp coral bed. Normally, my #1 helmsman, she's a master helmsman, should get through this no bother, but she injured her arm, so I've got the backup helmsman at the helm, and he won't do so well. Little Luca gestures towards the broken water. We can cut days from our journey through here. Bollocks. It'll take off like half a day at most. But Beardell is clenching the wheel with white-knuckle determination. I don't care if it would fill our hold with rum. We're not sailing through a reef. Beardell notices you and relaxes. Captain, help me talk sense into little Luca. Tuliak Longfrost, what is the condition of our hull? Longfrost grids. Good repair, Captain. I wouldn't sail through a reef myself, but there's a good time to try. This is it. Well, what is the Tiatara Marvel? It's supposed to be a grand sight, ancient mystery. Oh yeah, Greybeard crew I crewed with, claimed to have seen it, swore it brought him 10 years of good health and favourable winds. Oh, we probably could have given a better answer to get that. Even if this marvel is close. Oh, so this is the way you're supposed to come to get to the marvel. There's no guarantee we'll see it by going through this reef. Ah, stop being a pussy. Take us through the reef. The dead coral juts from the surface, grasping above like the legs of a spider, and the wind whistles as it passes through the jagged structures. Below the water, schools of fish flash among the brilliant reefs. Failure. Ah, horseshit. -6 medicine. Beardell, you're a shit helmsman. I can't wait until my A-team helmsman comes back. Attempts to guide the ship through the reef, but with a shudder that rattles your bones, the vessel scrapes against the reef. A sound of tearing wood echoes across the deck, and hands scatter, descending into the hold to locate and repair any damage before it spoils the stores. Well, shit. Results. Beardell gained 1 sailor experience. Hull of the Defiant takes 13 damage, and we lost 6 medical supplies. Ah, what do you fucking do? That's not the worst thing ever. The variegated shallows give way to blue depths, but we made it. An enormous sinkhole opens round you, yawning wide enough to swallow a fleet. Beardell sighs with relief as little Lucas searches the horizon for any sign of the mythical marvel. The Defiant sails on. We just saw it. Morale gained 4, and the crew earned a bit more sailor experience. Excellent. Worth it. Because see, now we know our way through. It's cleared for us on the map. I'm half tempted to nip to this little island, but I might save it for later. Can we put a marker down? No, we can't. You can't put down little notes on this one, which is unfortunate. -1 repair. So we're on 49 out of 50, but we're slowly repairing our hull. I upgraded this ship a lot. We've got some seriously good parts in it, so it punches above its weight a shit ton. And per day, bit by bit, we can patch it up. Now, this shipwreck might yield us some supplies. So daily wages. You find an abandoned dhow half buried in the sand. Wind whistles through gaping holes in its hull, making the sun-bleached wood creak and moan. Unopened cargo crates lie scattered around in wreckage. We might get a bit of medical supplies and repair supplies. Way to wreck nature, hero. It's just visually represented as gone away because we know the way through. The reef's fine. It wrecked our ship. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to destroy a natural marvel. There's an awesome gymnastics academy really close that does sensory Sunday for 2 hours in the morning. So for neurodiverse kids, that's such a nice way to put it as well. Neurodiverse kiddos. I'm going to try and remember that term. Cheers, Naomi. And siblings to go and run and bounce and play. It's so cool. I posted a few videos of Ellie jumping on the trampoline on my Instagram story. She's so cute. That's really wicked. That's really wicked. I'll try and catch that. Do feel free, of course, to put them in the Crayflix lounge as well. Gonna drink some rum, eat some pizza, and play some XCOM 2 now. Thank you. No worries, Jinta. Thank you so much. And again, at any point, if you suddenly feel you want to say something, just say to your friends here in the chat while I'm live, or in the clinic, or anything else. Go right ahead. You're talking to friends. I'm very sorry for the stuff you're dealing with, and I hope that XCOM just gives you a bit of downtime, just a little bit of nice time to do what you're doing. And know that you're always welcome. And I was thinking of you when I was reading that, and I finally had a chance to catch up, mate. And yeah, have fun, and thank you again. Sift through the wreckage. Yes, absolutely. Take some time to explore. We got... Oh, yes, perfect. We got some medicinal supplies. Excellent. Continue searching. Find nothing of value. Continue searching. We got some rice wine. Excellent. Continue searching. Box full of rations, some fire kelp. Excellent. Okay, and there's nothing of value left, so that one's cleared away. Engwithan dig site. Ah, yes. Now we're actually back at Port Margie. Now, the one we're looking for at the moment is Puraku. On an oasis, near the oasis northeast of Margie Island. So this is Margie Island, because there's Port Margie, and this is the overall island. Valerio's Rest, I think we've been to all these locations. The rice farm and the Engwithan dig site, that was a story location. So we're looking for an oasis of sorts northwest of here, where aha, this looks promising. I thought it said kill Pikachu. On the topic of killing Pikachu, of course, Pokemon Sword and Shield has come out, and I've noticed a high proportion of my streamer friends and the people I follow checking it out and playing it and giving it a go. Davnal was on it, Indeedee was on it, and a few others. Right, this looks like an oasis perhaps of sorts. By the way, let me just have a quick look at the crew roster. How many days we've been at sea? Is, what's her name, healed up? Yeah, Lendrith is a master helmsman. She's no longer injured. I've got to go to Nekataka and put her back at the helm. Because this novice helmsman, yeah, he's rubbish. He's absolutely pants at it. But my cook and my navigator are getting really good. In fact, my cannoneers are getting really good. She's getting really good. I just need to get a replacement deckhand. And I'm laughing actually for slots, and then a few more single specialty spare crew members, because the dual specialty ones can never get as good in any one specialty as crew members with a single specialty. There's like a maximum of 4. There's a maximum of 4. Ooh, fresh fruit, excellent. You need supplies like fruit and water, fresh water and stuff for your ship. There's a maximum of 4 skill levels for any crew role, but you can only have 4 in total. So if they have 2, or even worse, 3 jobs, they can't get better than 2 points if they have 3 jobs, or 3 points if they have 2 jobs in any one area. That 4 points has to be spread over all of it. Where is this bloody oasis? Where is this island oasis? We're going to zoom out a bit, see what we can see. Ah, hello. Beggar Wifroth, that's a named captain from the Principius and Petroni. How northeast are we? Oh, we're way up here. We might need to go over to this point. Ah, no, it's right there. It's right there. Oh, it was naming, so this island is the one we're supposed to get to. This isn't a battle site. This is the name of the bounty we're after. So this is where we got to land. I guess they ran out of gems. So yeah, with killing Pikachu, there's been all kinds of Pikachu and Pokemon references while everyone's playing that. We'll quickly go here. This looks like an old campsite or something. Nope, hardtack, the crappiest food in the game. Right, F5, quick save, battle time. Now, folks, you can actually see what the main game looks like, because this is just a super, super high-level overworld map. Most of what you're doing in locations is running around looking like this. So this is going to be a randomized pre-made place that isn't specific to anything. It's going to be like a generic jungle or Badlands area. But this is how most of the game actually looks once it loads up. Because, yeah, with the game loaded up with just the overworld map, so everything else is going to be kind of new.
Watcher, I was wondering if I could run something by you.
You really are picking your moments, Jyoti. What's on your mind?
Well, to put it simply, you are.
She swallows thickly. Why am I on your mind? And in what way? Yay, murdering Pikachu. Pikachus are full of protein.
I've tried, but I can't get you out of my thoughts and dreams.
Interesting. Let's see how this particular conversation thread transpires. Well, what does that mean? I'm not going to say I know. I think I know where this is going, but she could be anything. She and I can both sort of see or harvest dead souls, so it could be anything else. So what does that mean?
Forgive my audacity. I know I've got no place to, but I care for you more than I can rightly say.
Fingers trembling, she wipes her damp palms on her tunic. Oh, God. Yeah, there's literally, just up there, you can see in the shadows a dragon and a bunch of Zaurips or God knows what waiting to meet us. And she says right now, outstanding. Curiously, she felt a similar way about Edér. She wanted his approval because they're both Aethasians, but he's a rather jaded Aethasian on the back end of the Saints' War, which is some lore from the first game, and she's still very holier than thou, religious and zealous, because she is a priest at the end of the day, class-wise. And now, like, she's going after various affections. I know, Sapphire, right? Right, well, let's see what options we get on the back of this.
I was wondering if you might return the sentiment.
Respect for Obsidian's writing. Look at this. Option 3. They even acknowledged it. So, number 1, I'd hope that would be obvious. 2, oh my god, we get the friend zone option. You care for me as a friend? Oh, that's like the cruelest option. Oh my god. Oh my god. Or I could be very blunt. Let her down, not at all gently. No, I don't. But they do have the thing I thought you were interested in there. Firstly, as always, respect to Obsidian's writing and really acknowledging the range of options you should have. I like that that's included. Pepsi Max 87, hey, I'd do option 3. I was planning to do that. And welcome on in, Pepsi Max 87. I think possibly, did you come over earlier with but hello, good evening to you. Yes, but I so Pepsi Max, I play my character. Fair enough. Yeah, just about because it's totally blind playthrough and all that, and I play my character very consistently. So what I'll do is I'll explain my thought process. I love to get people's input of what they do, but then, yeah, usually with some of that, if I can't decide, I'll take it, but otherwise I'll sort of go ahead and explain. But how you doing? Happy Sunday. Lovely to have you. You've never played this one? Oh, cool. Have you played the first one? But yeah, this is a perfectly valid thing that I want to say. So I thought you were interested in Edér. So what happened there?
I thought I was too at first, but somewhere along the way, well, I realized he wasn't the one making my heart stutter.
Hey, Even Castro, Resident Even Castro, good evening. Doing well, man. My voice is shot to shit after 2 days of the Twitch London event, which is always an absolute blast and always leaves me a little bit ruined, but it's just great fun. It is such great fun. Oh, well, thank you so much. Not only sticking around and being here, but popping up in the chat when you returned. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. And Ivan, yeah, doing well, man. How's yourself? So, oh, she put it maybe as him because Aethasian, he's a big buff fighter guy, but apparently it's me, the one who's a godlike and thus can't have children and has burning skin, living fire for skin. But yeah, all right.
I don't look up to him like I do you.
See, looking up to someone's like kind of what you do with big brothers. Are you sure you don't just like me as a friend? She wets her lips. Heart stutter. Does that mean I actually thought that, Sapphire? I got an angia. Oh dear. Had a friend at Twitch London. Oh, cool. Yeah. I go to every single one, Pepsi. I've been to every single one, including since the number 2, 3, 4, 5, and now 6. And I always do the events. It's one of the highlights of my sort of Twitch calendar live. It's something of a work sort of social for me.
And he sure doesn't make me sweat like you do.
Getting in a little bit TMI. Option 1, I've always been here for you, Jyoti. Option 2, it's about time you woke up. 3, I'm not interested. Now, this is interesting and a little bit tricky. Who did you know at Twitch London, Pepsi? You in the first game, you never get a romance option. Like someone interested in you in this way in the dialogue. So over 2 games and what must be about 300 hours between the 2 of them so far, this has just never occurred once. So I've never had to consider how Krayven, the character, would respond to this, because I've pretty much every circumstance has come across this, I can relate to something he's done before. But this is entirely new, and I have to bear this in mind with how he is as a character, because if you don't know the game lore, godlike, which are a sort of separate race, who are basically, they can be any of the other major races like humanoid or Almois or dwarf or Orlan, I think, but they have the marks of various gods. So my character's got the mark of Magran, which is a fire goddess, and other people have got the marks of like the death god or the Hylia, the bird god. But as a result, you get some little bonuses, some natural perks, but you can't wear any headgear in terms of game pragmatism, and in terms of the lore of Eora, the lore of Pillars of Eternity, all godlike are sterile. all get godlike. I mean, they can have romance, they can have love, but they can never have children. To be born with the mark of the gods means to be born completely sterile, which is a big component perhaps on how he might, as a character, approach romance. And we've never had to deal with it before, so I want to really think about this. Just reading your about, it sounds like I had a really interesting life. It has been so far. It's been all right. Elliot, Blindside. Oh no, they both came in. Blindside just raided me a little while ago. Yo, Kitty's in the house. How you doing? How you feeling? Because you were hammered on the Saturday. You were even telling me as much. Very much badly hungover. I am so glad I am sat down for that shock. I'm in the middle of making a crux decision about what my character does about romance. I don't really get the answer number 2. It's about time you woke up. I don't know if that's an insult or realized. It's really between 1 and 3. Does he turn down a romantic life, especially with adventuring partners, because do I consider the fact that as a godlike, his whole love life and where he can go and actually having potentially offspring and children, because my character, I'd like to think the idea that he could, would affect him.
Community.
Oh, Pepsi Max, thank you so much for the follow. Residency to Cravenstown is granted. Lodging is being prepared. Please ignore the screams. Citizens, please wave that welcome for Pepsi Max, newest member of our little community. Are you feeling very just unwell and sorry for yourself, Kitty? Oh, that'll be who I came in with then. Yes, there you go. Oh, well, thank you so much. And I really appreciate you supporting the channel. To be honest, my cup was never empty and I don't know what magic that was. Ha! Yo, Citizen Edgy, how you doing, man? Thank you for waving the welcome. And again, Pepsi, thank you kindly for following. Or becoming a resident. It's like being a follower, but better. And it's available because we have a whole town. You know what? I've never even gotten to explore romance. I've never... Witches and sorcerers... Or yes, you're right. Witches in the Witcher series can't, because of the changes they have to their body to give them the sort of powers they have to do what they do. Affects their ability. Makes them sterile, doesn't it? Well remembered. I'm going to maybe go for it because... So, decision 1, maybe go for it. I am going to say from here on out, now I've had the choice, that Krayven as a character would still have romantic interests. Because the fact that perhaps he's sterile and everything doesn't prevent him doing that. But also would probably make the one life he has and the ability to have romance all the more precious to do, and so on. But now I've got to bear in mind my character's actual relationship to Jyoti. A lot of the way through that I've been playing is sweating now. Jesus. Oh, if I made it that tense. Exclamation mark hunt in the chat. Exclamation mark hunt in the chat. Edgy Strike is Huntmaster this time. Let's go and deal with one of the beasties in the Badlands south of Cravenstown. The best of our gambling options to get yourself some channel points that you can redeem. So get some hunt in the chat. Let's go and kick their ass. Now, Jyoti, in terms of relationship to my character, she is fundamentally a good person. She means... Well, I said you make her sweat. Oh, yes, of course. She's fundamentally a good person. She means well. She's very upbeat. She's very positive. She's very happy and tries to think the best of people and etc., etc. But I do find her kind of annoying. And I'm not the only one. Palagina gets pestered by her from time to time. Edér is sort of like, she's got that kind of religious naivete, sort of inflamed passion that's not so informed and is all a bit annoying in its zealousness. And that doesn't appeal to my character too much either. Also, she's been harvesting a lot of souls for her lantern, and I haven't exactly been gathering too many that are supposed to be following me on behalf of Barath. Now, that's my own choice, but I should perhaps have been balancing that a little bit more. But on the flip side, she is a good and wholesome person. I've never had the option to sort of explore it, and despite all her annoyances and failings, I've kept her in the party, even though she's nowhere near as useful as Durance was in the first game. The priest was the powerhouse class in the first game. They were just essential, and she doesn't do so much, and yet I've kept her around. You should romance Tekahu instead. He would love it if he could ever stop loving himself for 5 seconds. Please do not attempt to violate the sanctity of Cravenstown sewers. A local guild of midlife normal flailing pigeons are the guardians of that particular area and are likely to bite if disturbed. True. Oh, look who walked away with all the profit. Well done, Jinta. The rest of us got our asses kicked and got disemboweled and got to drag our intestines back to the KHS for free healthcare and then cybernetic replacements or stem cell grown replacements as your preference. Also, a late hi everybody. How you doing? Pretty well. My voice is shot after Twitch Lunge and Edgy, but I'm in a really good mood, a really good place from it. How are you doing? Catch me up on your weekend. What you been up to, my dude? I'm gonna see. I have, it is true, I have always been here for her, despite all her annoyances and grievances and everything else and bits that she bugs me. I've supported her, I've let her do, I would say yeah. And to be honest, I hadn't mentioned it yet, but she is kind of hot, and she's got very, very luscious, long, black, raven-like hair, which is quite attractive. I've always been here for you, Jyoti.
You have. I know you have. It's just that...
Oh, that got read with the always been here supportive. She glances down shyly. Oh.
The truth is, I was afraid to want you.
Oh.
I didn't think the Watcher himself could be interested in me.
Oh, she's doing the whole shy introvert thing. Oh, it's quite endearingly sweet, as long as she doesn't overplay it.
When you think about it, how powerful you are compared to me, it doesn't hardly make any sense, does it?
Not, well... Nah, because we're basically the same level, and you're the only one who can resurrect me if I'd, like, run in and get my head kicked in.
I'm almost afraid to believe it. That you would want me just as much and fierce.
Well, I didn't say as much and fierce. You know, you're starting to jump to conclusions there, but alright. As long as you feel good. Jyoti ducks her head, but it fails to hide the blush and the smile that spread across her face. Oh, that... Oh... Well, Krayven's getting a little bit of bow chicka bow wow once we camp for the evening.
But darned if it doesn't make me so very, very happy.
Oh my. Option 1. So what happens now? 2. Oh, now I respect that that's included, but there's no way in hell I'm doing it. You're mine, Jyoti, and no one else's. That's either impassioned, but I could never say that. That's incredibly controlling. That's like the first step of being a freaking gaslighting abuser in my personal stance. Option 3. Tuck a loose strand of hair behind her ear. Actions speak louder than words. Option 3. An easy, confident grin glides over Jyoti's face, revealing her straight white teeth. Well, that's a fucking miracle in a medieval setting. She runs the tip of her tongue over those... Oh, my word! It's getting a little bit Krayven after dark here, folks. She runs the tip of her tongue over those pearly teeth, touching a canine thoughtfully before she slowly, carefully entangles her fingers with yours. Pupils blown, she inhales a breath. Oh, my...
I'm gonna make you so glad you picked me, Watcher. You'll see.
Alright. She rocks forward, then touches her lips to yours. She nuzzles gently once, twice, back and forth, before opening to you on an exhale and her eyes sliding closed as she deepens the kiss. I love that the enemies, the guys are just watching as we walked in. There's just a dragon and a couple of dudes like, if you're busy done, can we start fighting each other, please? This is amazing. It's getting a little bit steamy. It's getting a little bit saucy. It's getting a bit sexy up in here. Do you feel strange reading this? I feel turgid, Pepsi Max.
You taste like forgotten dreams. Like fate.
She pants softly after, eyes opening in a wash of awe. My word, my throat's a bit parched. I've got a touch of the vapours. First procreate, then decimate. See you die and couldn't agree more. Might want to make a PSA. Oh my god, look at option 2. 1, alright, let's go. 3, I changed my mind. I don't think this is a good idea. Option 2, why don't we continue this discussion somewhere more private? It's a little bit settings-wise. If we were in the town, I'd feel like, yeah, let's nip behind the bike sheds or whatever you're supposed to do. Tavern, probably. But there's a fucking dragons and enemies right... Oh, god damn it. I don't normally let chat choose for me, but... Let's just imagine that they haven't spotted us yet, and there's a comfortable couple of rocks just up. Oh my god! All right, you guys are gonna kill me if I don't, aren't you? This is the one time. I'm letting you lot all make a choice for me when I hadn't decided. So enjoy it. Why don't we continue this discussion somewhere more private?
Watcher, I thought you might never ask.
A throaty, eager laugh escapes her as she tugs you forward by the hand. Don't go forward! There's dragons over there, you dizzy bint!
There's so much I've longed to try and to see. Or to not see.
What's that supposed to mean? Yes, my penis is also made of glowing fire.
Let me turn my lantern low. I want nothing but shadows between us.
Getting a bit dark. Oh my god, I gotta read all this, haven't I? Languidly, Jyoti runs a hand through her mussed hair.
Our community grows.
Illuminati, thank you so much for the follow. I recognise your name. You had the best pun of any name. The best pun of any name I encountered all weekend. Citizens, please wave that welcome. Please wave that welcome for Illuminati. Lovely to have you, man. Thank you so much. She watches you. I'll start from the top. Yeah, citizen, please wait. You just got back from Twitch London. Man, that's a long day. Where were you headed back to? Languidly, Jyoti runs a hand through her mussed hair. She watches you hungrily, though she should be well sated.
That was divine. Surely, Watcher, you are a blessing from gone.
Apparently, I've got massive stat bonuses in the sex, even though that lasted 5 seconds, which is a bit of a record for me. End dialogue. Right, well, that happened. Krayven, I hope you had a Yes, it was. I stayed in Bristol for a few hours before driving home. Bristol for a few hours. So you went from London to Bristol, which is a fucking long drive, and then you drove home as well. That's quite the mission, but fair play to you, man. Did you have a good journey back? That was quick. Krayven the Quick, apparently. Right, well, we'll quick save after that. Right, well.
Keep it down.
I love I went to stealth and Edér said keep it down, which could have very much related to the what we just said. Let's see what we've got here now. One of these darn sigils of darkness that gives us nasty debuffs. Zaurip champion, Zaurip priest. Oh, Purakau. Yes, he's a named beast bounty. Okay, cool. Yeah, man, all good. Happy with shaking off the hangover. To be honest, were you feeling a little bit delicate this morning? Did you hit it a bit hard yesterday at the bar? I had quite a bit, but I paced it pretty well. I made sure I got some food in me, so I was doing okay. What's their spot range? We're not the stealthiest of the stealthy, so let's see how we do.
Trouble up ahead.
Little more. Right, I need Edér probably running straight into the dragon. Yep, okay, right. He's about to get spotted. So I'll have to charge from out of stealth. Can he make it? Nearly before he's spotted, yeah. Bang. We win. Right, shaken. He's already in, stunned and shaken. Nice one, Edér, and he can drag them over. Krayven come out of stealth. So normally this is pause-based real-time, kind of like Baldur's Gate, but I turned it to turn-based. Because the first game we did pause-based real-time. And I did a little demo sponsored content. My first bit I did sponsor for Dead Good Media of Divinity Original Sin 2, and I enjoyed the turn-based method there. So we are going to get Swift Flurry, up, Thunderous Blows, and Enduring Dance. And then from where we're at, we can actually stun the priest, because we can stop his buffs and magic going off. That would be quite helpful. FYI, those of you who didn't already know, I'm on veteran difficulty, so it's one above normal and one below hardest. Because the hardest is called Path of the Damned.
How may I help?
But yeah, we're one above that. Okay, cool. Sorry, I thought I missed some stuff then. I'm all caught up on the chat. Well, that's a rare treat. Right, Aloth, what should you open up with? While they're all gathered like that, you wizard boy. Wizard boy, what is the secret of your power? Expose vulnerabilities, which will, if you don't already know, interrupt, as well as reducing armor rating and deflection. I didn't realize it didn't interrupt. And that, oh shit, I've mistimed it. That will go off before the priest starts casting, so the interrupt will get wasted. Never mind. Jyoti, now that you are feeling well shagged, what can you do that's helpful? We don't want to get too close to that sigil if we can help it. Let's get our little circle of protection up. Palagina, she's slow as balls in her plate mail, running through the desert with a double-handed mace and plate mail. Actually, Krayven can continue kicking this one's ass. Can she make it all the way to the dragon? No, not this turn. So what we'll do, Sworn Enemy gives her buffs. And then Eternal Devotion for the fire buff hit, which should be good against this lad. Yeah, he's... Oh, they're a bit tougher against fire, but not that tough. Bang. Okay, well that's that one wrecked. Nice crit. Nice timing for a crit. Jeez Louise. Great choice of quote. And yes, folks, that's how you add quotes. If I ever say something brilliantly witty or more likely massively inappropriate, exclamation mark quote, space add, space open quotation marks, put in it in what I just said, and close quotation marks. The more inappropriate and the less context, I wouldn't say necessarily the better, but that seems to be the common habit. Edér, in fact, drag this Muppet over, Tank Boy. You're in the correct stance for multiple mobs without being in defensive stance. So grab him, do the extra damage.
Yeah?
Okay, and stick up a Discipline Barrage, refreshing defense. Now, what about this guy? Piraku, the main dude we're after. He's resistant to dexterity afflictions. He's weaker against pierce damage, stronger against slash damage, and also as a Drake would be a bit stronger against fire. We've only got slash damage, which is a bit annoying, but we can do a penetrating strike and compensate with additional armor penetration off of that. So, bam, bam. How much damage did he actually do? 41. That wasn't that great, but okay. The Zaurip champion. Oh, okay, these guys are a joke. We're going to kick their ass. Aloth. Concussive missiles. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. Jyoti, that one's already hurt. Put a champion's boon on him.
Yeah?
Okay, Krayven, you can actually stun the dragon by kicking through this one. Yo, resident effects. How you doing, man? I've got to keep these underpants. Oh yeah, and if you want to see the random quotes I've said in the past, just exclamation mark quote or pick one up. I've got to keep these underpants around my mighty, mighty biceps. Ah, the anti-striptease for special effects. Still one of the best incentives ever done, anywhere, ever. I think he's still got all his buffs up. Yep, they're all good. So just kick this one in the head and it should stun the other one.
That looks like it hurt.
Oh, double crit. That was sick. Okay, we're decimating these Muppets. I'm not even wasting the frickin' smash on you because the concussive missiles will kill this one off. So let's go and hit this Muppet. We'll try and flank as well. We'll get additional bonuses if we successfully flank. So, Sworn Enemy, because it's a free action. Now, again, going to be a bit more resistant to the fire, but she's got pierce as well as crush damage because it's a spiked mace. So that might compensate. That was... Oh, Graze. Yeah, that was a shit hit. Never mind. Never mind. Right, the concussive missiles did... Well, was a bit rubbish.
Something I can do?
Yeah, just go for another... I think he's still got the buff up. Yeah, Discipline Barrage, another Penetrating Strike. Wham.
That's right.
Wham. Oh, sick. 65, that's more like it. I'm in such a hype mood. I'm glad to hear it, Effects. I'm glad to hear it. What has got you in this hype mood that you speak of? What has happened in the world of effects? What effects has things had on you? Why are they not dying? Oh, my gun ran out of action. As you can see, folks, I am a pro gamer with the maddest of skills. This thing hasn't actually gotten to attack me yet, which I'm
What can I do you for?
Right. You should be bloodied, in which case the Blessed Harvest should do some solid damage now.
Lavaru, be on seek.
Blessed Harvest hit him, but it did like... Oh, it almost killed him. It's not showing the, it's not showing the number damage, but it did a lot. At least it's landing the number damage.
Hey
there. I just came back from a night out with a few gals. Nice. Been trolling and made jokes. Fair enough. Maddest skills. Maddest skills. You know it. You've seen them firsthand. Well, I had a nice night out with a few gals. Excellent stuff, mate. I hope you had a really nice time. Right, Krayven, go punch the shit out of this idiot.
There's something you don't see every day.
Task updated. Bounty Purakao is Edér, and that is how a dragon dies. So, ring... Ooh, that's a unique ring. Ring of the Solitary Wanderer. +1 resolve. And grants Lone Wolf. So this has actually got some lore blurb. Let's have a go. Let's see what Lone Wolf does as well. While there are no allies nearby, become exceptionally resilient to hostile effects. Oh, that's going to be awesome for an off-tank. That would suit Krayven or Pallegina down to the ground. I'm going to take the baby to get his haircut. See you all in a bit. Thanks so much for leaving up the lurk. And yeah, Naomi, if it's the active tab, it will definitely count. I hope it all goes well. We'll see you in a little bit. And thanks so much for being here. Right. This ring was the prized possession of Mikhail Malloy, an Orlan Bleakwalker of the Eastern Reach. Bleakwalker is a particular order of paladins. Each paladin group, like the gold pack knights, the Bleakwalkers, and so on. The Bleakwalkers are quite a nasty group of paladins, to be honest. He was a solitary man and preferred to work alone whenever possible. His compatriots rarely objected. Few of them could stomach Malloy's presence for any prolonged period. To anyone present, he was a crude, cruel, and generally unlikable soul, even by the brutal standards of the Bleakwalkers. Malloy spoke at length of the countless foes he had bested, great beasts felled, and those he had crushed under his boot. If he was to be believed, the gods themselves trembled at his name. While few, if any, believed his rambling tales, none could deny that the Orlan was a hardy bastard and had survived on his own through many lesser conflicts. After retiring, Malloy settled in Edérwood and lived a quiet, comfortable life. His many rivals and enemies, however, had not forgotten him. A few brief weeks into retirement, his body was discovered in his washroom. His neighbours, hardly surprised, testified to the bailiff that Malloy must have accidentally cut off his own head while shaving. Nothing had been stolen save for his ring. That is a reference to Blackadder, which I absolutely love. Cut off his head whilst shaving. In Blackadder the Third, it's cut his throat or something whilst shaving, and the other reference to why an MP or somebody couldn't vote was accidentally brutally cut off his head whilst combing his hair. Cut off his head while shaving. Yeah. Alright. Right, I'll see if that'll work for old Cray here. Otherwise, I'll give it to Pallegina. And a token of faith. That's pretty handy. A +2 resolve. And Onyx. We'll collect those together. Loot that bit as well. That's going to be a staff and a Zaurip tongue, which is a nice reagent. Let's have a look-see. Let's have a look-see. Now, Krayven's already got 2 rings. The Entonia Signet Ring. +2 diplomacy, +2 all defenses when engaged. Stacks up to 5 times. And Ibis, being critically hit with a fire attack will cause an interrupt and give a -10 will penalty for 5 rounds. Is that against? I'm just trying to figure out. So +3 burn armor rating, +10 all defenses against fire attacks, which really suits him lore-wise. The idea that he'd be fireproof because he's made of living fire. His skin has living fire that doesn't truly burn. But overwhelmed, being critically hit with a fire attack will cause an interrupt. Is that what I can cause, or what is caused to me if I get critically hit with fire? Tahe's head. This one, though, the lone wolf thing's kind of handy. This sort of reminds me of the game Greedfall. I've heard of Greedfall. I think it's been mentioned a few times in the chat. What she got round it? Drunkard's Regret. Immune to hangovers from alcohol if worn while drinking. What's this? Ring of Minor Protection. I'm thinking, given Pallegina's nature, perhaps that ring is better suited to her. I'll drop it in here for now. I'll take off this. This Drunkard's Regret is quite crap. I'm going to give her this instead. There we go. No! What's it doing? There we go, right. Yeah, it's going to be better for her because I use her as an off-tank. She's pretty tough. Full plate armor, this spike thing. She's a bit slow as well. Krayven I usually group up.
You are too kind, Watcher.
Yes, I am.
Accept.
I am too kind. Enjoy that rather awesome, unique little trinkety thingy. Let's get out of here. Pussy claws. I think someone spelt that as claws instead of like a Santa Claus. Like Santa Claus, more like pussy claws. Makes it sound like there's some sort of contract around a cat. And definitely not anything else. A cat. Because pussy's only related to cats and kitties. You sick animals. Alright, so that's that one. We got another bounty around Port Margie, and then we'll head up toward Nekataka again. Hunt in the chat. See you dying as Hunt's Master this time. Excellent stuff. Exclamation mark Hunt in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. And those folks who are just sort of lurking in the background, let's get the signal. Let's get the signal.
Oh, what a day. What a lovely day.
Let's go to the Badlands and we can top ourselves up with some fresh water right here. Excellent. Right, jobs are good 'un. Jobs are good 'un. Just, oh. Yes, just, exactly. You know this, Sapphire. You know I'm very innocent. You cut his head off. The Master Assassin of the Assassin Guild said as his tea time smile... Oh. You cut his head off, the Master of the Assassin Guild said, as Tea Time smiled disturbingly as he nodded. I wanted to be sure he was dead, he responded as the Guildmaster sighed. It was supposed to look like natural causes, he said as Tea Time cocked his head to the side. I find that death is a natural response to having your head cut off. What's that from, Jinta? What is that from? That sounds something kind of Terry Pratchett-esque, but I really need to actually read some Discworld books. Oh, we have a named wreck here, the Huaro. Interesting. What we got here? Ah. Judging you all the way from Scotland, I wouldn't expect anything less. The Hogfather. The Hogfather. Is that a Pratchett book? Is that a Discworld book? Excuse me. Frog went down my throat. You're sailing past a reef when a Renner shouts out, pointing to port. There lists a ship stranded in the middle, perched on a narrow shoal. It tips and rolls with the passing waves. Hanging from its mast is a blue flag showing an image of a crescent moon sinking beneath the waves. Your crew gathers round, murmuring in low, excited voices. Ruby says yes. Ah, I got you. The Hogfather, and it's pronounced Tiataime. Oh, okay. Good to know. Good to know. Another Stonecrusher Phoenix falls. Congratulations, Duncan, myself, and Jinta. Big Pratchett fan sat next to me and sketching. Hey, Ruby, much respect. I must read the Discworld books. Been meaning to for years and years and years. I might even at what maybe I could do them as a live reading thing once we get through the King Killer Chronicles on Sunday nights. Anyone up for that? Because I'll be reading them for the first time. But I could start doing a Discworld series once we finish these other ones, maybe. Ruby said, you must. Live reading them for the very first time. Because every so often I'll interrupt myself laughing. Coin counter Fuldas rushes to the railing. Captain, that's a gift bearer ship. No telling what sorts of treasures it's got. Hamer snorts. Gift bearers carry sentimental junk. Worthless stuff. No, that's a smuggler ship. It's a classic disguise. Tuliak Longfrost spits into the water. Then it's a fucking stupid one. Gift bearers only visit landlocked settlements. That's a trap. So we've got a choice. It's a gift bearer ship full of treasure. It's a smuggler ship that's actually, well, although the graphic is showing it's very much wrecked, apparently it's just pretending to be listing. It's just listing. It could be a smuggler ship disguising. It's a listing smuggler ship, or it's a trap laid by pirates. So what do we do here? She is visibly disgusted at you for not reading it ever. I'm so sorry. I can well imagine, and I thoroughly understand. I'm disgusted with myself. She couldn't read the last book made by our two Heartbreak. Yeah, I understand. It will be a common event reading the Discworld. So option 1, prepare a skiff. We'll have to row out and climb the hull. What was that about the gift bearers, Hamer? 3, thoughts. 4, ready the guns. The cannoneers need to practice. Oh, I should buy myself a spyglass. I'm a freaking ship captain without a spyglass. Idiot. I need to sort myself out with one. What was that about gift bearers, Hamer? Hamer fixes a pensive frown on the wreck. No offense, Captain. I said, no offense, Captain, but the servants of Andra collect things people want to forget and consign them to the sea. Anything gift bearers might be carrying would be stuff nobody wants. No, that's not technically true. It's that people don't want to keep. Doesn't mean it's valueless. I discovered that in the first game. Let's get general thoughts. The best person to pick typically for this would be the Orlan lad, Seraphen, but he's not in our main party right now. Who's the smartest? Probably Aloth. He's the most intelligent, but he's not exactly the most sea experienced, but I'll just try Aloth. Aloth rubs his chin. I've heard rumour that some gift bearers operate as smugglers on the side. I suppose it's possible they're carrying something of value. Can we do it more than once? Thoughts? What about Jyoti? My sickle cuts through smugglers just as easy as any kith. Easier, maybe. Licking her bottom lip, Jyoti studies the seemingly stranded vessel. Pallegina? With a shake of her head, Pallegina frowns and says nothing. Oh, hang on. Thoughts? Edér? Why can't I ask him? Oh, he's got nothing to say. All right. Prepare a skiff. If it's a trap, it's a trap. We'll kick their ass, but it's worth it for the treasure either way. Missy! Hello, lovely. How you doing? You back home safe and sound? Yup. How you doing? And hey, Cray and Cray Chat and Krayven, question. Go for it. And I'm going to head to bed now. See you guys. No worries, Edgy. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, I'll be back tomorrow for a fresh streaming week. And the schedule will go up pinned to the top of my Twitter at the start of in the morning, and it'll be posted in stream info terminals as well. Until I next see you, Citizen Edgy, have a good night's rest, and thank you again. Oh, got this game in a Halloween sale. Worth a play. So is the first one. Do you notice your wrist and forearm a bit tight when you're typing? No, I don't personally, but I've got my layout very, very good for resting my arms on computer and mouse for long positions at a time. I make sure that I do everything I can to minimize or completely remove the chance of carpal tunnel, RSI, or anything to that nature. I have to, because when I'm not streaming, I'm working in front of a computer all day for my main job. Hey, I'm nearly on the train. Oh, long way back. Were you spending some of the afternoon in London as well after the main event? And I've noticed it getting progressively, I don't know, tired and tight. That sounds like a little bit potentially of RSI, Sapphire. Maybe look up some of the positions like posters, because some people naturally curve their wrists inwards a little bit or hold them in positions that seem pretty trivial, but if you're doing it day after day, week after week, it can start to build up. Yeah, I would Google like examples of RSI and how to avoid it, and just see perhaps if your main part of your keyboard and the main part of your mouse can help. I use a mouse pad that has one of those gel foam bits, so when my wrist is resting, it's not resting hard on a hard surface and like raised up to hold the mouse. It's up like this and just like lays on top of the mouse. I do everything I can to sort of minimize any incremental potential injury. About halfway. Where have you got to get back to again, mate? Jin says, I picked up The Colour of Magic from the college library years ago, something to read as I waited for the potatoes in class to catch up. That's a great way to put it. The prologue of the book had yes, that had me laughing in class. I remember reading The Big Bang Theory of the Discworld, because The Colour of Magic's the first book, isn't it? I encountered them when I was very young, probably too young to get the humour, and I didn't sort of go back to them in time, like for yet, really. From occupational health. I think that sounds like a good plan, Sapphire. I did, yeah. Uwalski and I went back to the street food market. Yes, I saw his tweet about that because he tagged me in it saying thanks for the recommendation. What did you have? Because the food there's so amazing. What helped me against RSI and carpal is wrist strength training by means of a gyro twister. Oh, that's cool, Seedine. Feel free to just drop a link to what one of those is in Town Square. That's it, of course, you live near Manchester. You did say before. Anyhow, you row out the skiffs above the reefs, the waves tossing it. The bottom of the small boat occasionally scraping across the jagged structure below. You tie off on a snag of coral next to the wreck. The water is rough and the hull slick with brine, but you're able to find purchase between the shifting planks. You pull yourself up using bent planks and barnacles for holds. You've almost reached the main deck when a wave slams against the deck. You hear a crash from somewhere below as the vessel rocks. Your legs slip out from under you and your fingers dig into wet lumber. Vince caught up with us when we got back. Is he doing any? Was he feeling rough this morning as well, or was he doing a little better? Because on Saturday morning, as you well know, he looked like death warmed up. Bless him. Success! Oh good, your grip holds. Once the ship settles, you resume your climb and make it to the safety of the deck. It's a very easy athletics test. Athletics of 4 required. The ship is deserted. You don't even find corpses. If the ship had a skiff, it's missing too. Or a search for salvage. As we're here, you find several crates of supplies and several more of assorted odds and ends. Handkerchiefs, bead jewellery, cracked scrimshaw, a child's doll. Yeah, okay, this is definitely a gift bearer ship. This is the servants of Andrew who are dropping stuff off to be forgotten. Ammunition gain 27, medicine gain 10. I think we were full on both of them, but no big deal. You think back to Hamer's comments and wonder if this might have been a smuggler's vessel after all. We have high enough streetwise skill and perception stat to search for evidence of smugglers, so let's take full advantage of it. Ruby says apparently Colour of Magic is generally deemed as one of Pratchett's not great books. I'd still try it. I love that Big Bang Theory in it, but good to know. We had smoothies, samosas, onion bhaji, spring rolls, and 3 curries between us. Oh my word, that sounds amazing. Done. He was a bit slopey. We were out till 5. My god, I have to admit, I couldn't have taken that. Once the after party bit was done, they finished at 12, and then there was that little after party at 1 o'clock in the sidebar that stayed open. I had to catch the last bus. I had to catch the bus back to Oxford to stay over with my friends, and I got into my friends at about 3 because I did not sleep the night before and was dead on my feet. That is an epic effort, mate. You must be knackered today. Edér's probably best for this because most of them have got better. Most of us have got better perception, except for Mike Krayven, who's the least perceptive, even though he's the most insightful. But no one's got any streetwise skill. Edér's got perception 12, streetwise 8. He'll be the best choice. Full success. Edér glances around before sliding a crate of junk aside and finding a trapdoor underneath. Within rests a small chest brimming with golden skellings. Oh, jackpot. Speaking of jackpots, don't forget, folks, as well as hunting and dueling, you can spin. Spin that one-armed bandit. Spin that one-armed bandit. I lost 50 creds. You can do better than me. Did you go to the after party? It was basically, honestly, Missy, the after party was a bit of the event that stayed open from 1 when the main disco bit stopped. You know the side door that would lead to the outside area that was just gated off with some tables and gates and stuff? That big long bar stayed open till 1ish. So that was basically... Nah, you're alright. Fair enough. Continue. You've gained 23 golden skelling. I think each one of those is worth 12 copper pans. Items put into your stash. Yes, mate. Edér whistles. Smugglers, after all. Among the coins rests a small figurine of an imp, of all things. Oh, this will be a figurines. Allow us to summon, like, minions and stuff in combat. You've gained a Laughing Imp cameo. You can use it once per rest. But only 8 times total. Summons 2 brine imps. The jovial imp depicted in this cameo wears a grin full of mischief and malice. The small figurine has a tendency to disappear from pockets only to reappear elsewhere. Ha! So it's enchanted. You load your find onto the skiff and row back to your ship. The crew earned 109 experience. Nice! I might not make it much past when I get home. Of course, you're still on the way. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, so we got to get southeast. Asilla Wave Skipper and Ruddy Rabel. Now, I think Asilla Wave Skipper is one of our bounties. Yeah. Asilla Wave Skipper. Was there any others? Bounty. Veen. East of Nekataka. Quaro. East of Nekataka. I might go for both of those as well. Bounty. Katren. Oh no, I've got to hand that one in. Alright. So, Asilla Wave Skipper, and who was the other one on the map now? Ruddy Rabel, I don't know who that is. We'll get, for the sake of getting it done, we'll uncover this bit of the map, because I'm one of these people who doesn't like fog of war or uncovered areas, it just annoys me. We're so good to see you lots. Yes, you as well, Missy. It was really, really nice. I'm glad I got to spend so much time with yourself and Yowoski and meet Vincent and everything. And again, thanks so much. It was really good to be able to just come down at the table and play some Cards Against Humanity. That was a great laugh. The colonial outpost before you is silent as a crypt. Though its buildings appear to be in fine repair, you don't see a single living soul among them. In the town square, you find a sign posted besides the remains of charred bodies. It warns of disease. Ah, risky. Risky. So this place obviously got a plague and just didn't have the numbers to survive after it. If we search this, we might pick up a disease back onto our ship. I did. It looked like you did as well on the Saturday. You had a really good time. It was so awesome, wasn't it? Search the location. Uh-huh. And find what food hasn't yet perished. Oh, we still got some fresh food. Keep searching. Coral snuff. Useful little bits of drugs. Okay. Okay, that was comparatively safe. Who the hell is this? Well-weathered Cormio. Alright. The Principi Sempetroni are pirates, but we're in quasi-good standing with them. And although that dhow is a lot bigger than we are, we have got some serious pace. Just wanted to show off what's on the ship. We have dragon wing sails, warship reinforcements, an Imrian steel anchor, arcane lanterns. I just need to upgrade the helm next, and some pretty good guns. For the size of our little skiff, we are very good. We are very, very good. Quote 250. Neil before. Oh God, that one's come up a couple of times, doesn't it? It's too late for my sperm. Hopefully the rest of me will be fine. Yes, that's clearly something related to irradiation. Asilla wave skipper's now directly south. Right, so I can save a bit of time by just clicking and coming this way, because the game actually pauses when you're not moving, which is kind of cool in a way. Right, it's a fresh daytime. How far? Bitch, she's moving off. We'll come around the top and try and cut her off. There's also islands that are undiscovered that if you find them, you get to name them, which is rather fun. Oh, Christ. Okay, Asilla Wave Skipper, she's gone off the map. So we're now really in the thousand little hidden areas. We haven't been here before. There she is. Shall I show you folks Imposter's Lament? That's new, and a shipwreck over there. We could do some ship-to-ship combat. Just drop a quick save there. Bam. Now, you are in pursuit. We can either board directly, which will be a lot quicker. I mean, she's a 6th level fighter. We'll kick her ass. Well, I haven't done some naval. I mean, look, she's got a bigger the River Dragon, which is a Voyager, and a Defiant, which is a Deerwood sloop. We've got the same amount of crew. I've got way more sail health, more armor. I'm twice her level. I'm a much more experienced captain. I'll show you if you haven't seen it. We haven't done it in a while. We'll do some naval combat. Let's shoot them up a bit first. I say a lot of silly stuff, don't I? Sapphire's a bit. She's the quote queen a little bit. She's very good at getting the quotes. I think an awful lot of them have been submitted by you. Let's do some naval combat, because this one's done in the graphic novel setting. It's rather fun. So, Krayven, the Defiant beats to windward, tacking between port and starboard with all appropriate speed. Problem is, I've got my less experienced helmsman. If I had my pro helmsman on, this would just be over so quickly. Doing naval. Your ship is faster and your crew better prepared. You secure the wind gauge before the River Dragon's crew has the opportunity to come about and claim it for themselves. Awesome sauce. Continue. Choose a course of action. We're 376 meters away. I think most of the guns I have. So we're currently nose to nose. I need to turn myself port or starboard, so I'm broadside on and I can shoot at them. But ideally, I'd want to do broadside to broadside. It would take a turn to get round to port. I might get a bit closer. Full speed ahead is 83. I could just do half sail, which would be quicker, just to get a bit closer. Half sail. Sure in her advantage, the Defiant moves towards the enemy ship at a steady, relentless clip. Distance closed by 51. Because, yeah, I've got gun range for most of mine is 100 to 400 meters, and some of them can shoot at almost point blank. I love the story in this game. It's so good, isn't it? The enemy crews scurry to their position in preparation for maneuvers. Oh, hello. The opposing vessel maneuvers to bear down on you, aiming its artillery squarely at the Defiant. Okay, so she's got a prow-based gun. The distant thunder of cannon fire echoes across the sea. If we're lucky, that might miss. The Principi sailor fires a deer wooden hognose. Oh, what happened there? I think it missed. I've still got 11 out of 11 crew because I'm captain as well. She's got 6 out of 12 crew and 6 in reserve. So they fired one shot. We didn't get hit. We didn't get hit. I think, which is the better side? Turn to port. The helmsman spins the wheel to port as the crew trims the sails. Oh, damn it. I did it wrong. I should have gone the other way. I haven't got... This is the side. I've got a better gun on the other side, but that's my bad. They are going to... The River Dragon turns its stern through the wind. Interesting. Interesting. They're showing us their rear. They can't have a gun there. They might be trying to make some distance between us and them. Fire the starboard cannons. Yes. Oh. So, we have the Valiant hull break. Oh, we're not close enough. It's not close enough. Ideal range is 0 to 250. The Iron Thunderer is quite a powerful beastie. Oh, hello, even better. Yes, the Royal Bronzer, ideal range 150 to 400. So yeah, I was on the correct side. It's the Iron Thunderer is my least good cannon. And I've got 2 expert cannoneers. So we are going to go Royal Bronzer. Hit chance, 55. So we got -10 for raking fire, -5 for turning, +15 for an expert. Do I have to tick the little doodads? Do I choose a cannonball, grape shot, or chain shot? So cannonball nearly always hits an enemy ship's hull and has a low chance of dealing sail damage or below deck crew damage. We could wipe out their crew. If we do a chain shot, that's for targeting an enemy's sails, so they can't really move. And then if we do grape shot, that's for like targeting an enemy's above deck crew and just like wiping out. Because they've hardly got enough crew, they won't be able to do much else. So they've got 1 novice cannoneer. Let's have a look at their layout as well. They've got a prow gun and a gun on this side, and they literally have no other cannons, no cannon on that side. So we've got more armaments than they do. That one won't fire. We'll just do this one. Let's try some grape shot from the range we're at. Fire. Boom. As the ship crests over the peak of the wave, your cannoneers fire a deafening volley at the opposing ship. If we hit, this is going to injure at least one of them, surely. Venitzi fires the Royal Bronzer. Miss! Bollocks. I should actually take some beans. I still owe like 79 at this point to Onyx John. So, licorice or skunk spray? Right, skunk spray is apparently the worst one, because hell, even licorice is mank. What are they going to do back? Principi sailor moved from cannoneer to cannoneer. Okay, so they've rearranged their crew a little bit. The Defiant beats to windward, tacking. Your ship is faster, your crew's better prepared. We get the first, so next round. Next round. Let's get some distance. Let's get some distance. So, no, sorry, gain some. Cover the ground a bit further. I want to get closer. I want to get to within like nearly 150 meters. So turn to starboard, and then we'll chase. They can't shoot at us at the moment because they're literally behind us. So this is quite good now, and we're much faster than they are. Okay, is this going to be skunk spray or licorice? Licorice. Okay. We're down to 79 to 78. One of the two. I can't fully remember, but we're getting that Onyx John deficit down. How can it shoot at me? It hasn't got a cannon at its rear, does it? Oh, apparently it does. Missed. Full speed ahead. We're going to cover the ground. Hunt time. Hunt time. Get your hunt in the chat. Let's go and deal with something in the Badlands south of Krayven Sound. Another Stonecrusher Phoenix. Maybe a plated dust viper. Or could we even summon a Cliffhorn to brood? Much like we're hunting this ship. Let's go hunting in the Badlands. Distance closed. Okay. They're reversing course. Oh, they're coming head on. Look at that. This will get me down 42, 83. So 43. This will get me to within 159 meters. So we'll do that again. Distance closed by 83. And then I want to make sure I turn to port, because then I've got that huge gun that I can use. In fact, this is a very sweet spot to shoot. Continue. They come to an abrupt stop in the water. They've chosen to stop, but if they stop, they can take a more accurate shot next time. Hunt in the chat if you want to, folks. Get yourselves some creds, some channel points. The Defiant beats to windward, tacking between port and starboard with all appropriate speed. Okay. Turn to port. That's our better gun side. A smooth turn to port. We're reloading the cannons. Yep, okay, they're getting to shoot front on our starboard hull. This is probably going to land a hit at some point. 4 damage to the hull. We can take it. We got more hull armor than they do. Right, fire the starboard cannons, which are ready to go again. Now, this bad boy here, 0 to 250, 150 to 400. Both have got a 60% chance to hit. And this one's an animal. So we're just going to try again to wipe out their crew. 2 rounds of grape shot with a 60% chance to hit. Fingers crossed, folks. Fingers crossed. We're going to kick a plated dust viper's ass. No bother. Nice one. I think, is that everyone walking away with a profit? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, who didn't get one? Who didn't get one? Who didn't get one? No, we all did. We all did. Well fought, everybody. We tackled that beastie, that bloody great viper. What's she rocking in here, by the way? Carvel hull. Oh, cotton sails are shit. Carvel hull's not great. Yeah, her ship is garbage. Fire. Valiant Hullbreaker and the Royal Bronzer. Miss. Oh, mate, come on. You're supposed to be expert cannoneers. We're in the perfect position. You hear shouts of the enemy ship's bosun over the sound of the water. Sailors climb the rigging like spiders and let loose the sails, right. Distance closed by 65. We better... If they ram us amidships, we're in a bit of trouble. Turn to starboard. They won't close that distance in one turn. Moves the full force. Yeah, so they're trying to charge us at this point. Distance closed by 65. Yep, so we get to win again. The cannons aren't going to be reloaded in time. Prepared to board, win more experience. Ramming speed. Your ship chews through the water, barreling down the back of the waves and surging up the face. Sea spray drenches the main deck. With a deafening crunch, the Defiant and the River Dragon collide, sending shards of wood and enemy sailors flying. Distance closed by 51 meters. The Defiant rammed the River Dragon for 15 hull damage, but we received 8. Yeah, we smashed them. We've got a way harder hull. Whoop JJ. With a rousing cry, your crew throng grappling hooks and boarding planks across the gap between the two ships. They stream onto the ship's deck, weapons at the ready. They stun. The stunned enemy crew rally and meet your sailors with the resounding boom of gunfire and the clang of steel on steel. Right, this will go back to the regular combat, but on the deck of a ship, and we will claim our bounty. Well, that is how ship combat works. I've actually seen the regular combat and ship combat, and in a little bit we'll get through this, take care of a couple more bounties, and I'll show you guys what an actual city looks like, built up area. Right, as soon as this one loads, while that's doing that, let's do another bean. Lime or lawn clippings. That's not in this edition, so this is going to be toasted marshmallow or stink bug. Haven't had stink bug yet. This one's been kind to me. It's only been toasted marshmallow so far. So for Onyx John again. Now the water effects on this tend to make my 9-year-old rig and the amount of people we have on screen and characters will stutter a little bit. So sorry if this is going to be a bit janky on the frame rate. Anyway, it's toasted marshmallow or stink bug. Toasted marshmallow, excellent. Right, my character, my captain is the fastest. I'll try and zoom in so it's not having to render as much at once. Oh god. He got stuck there, that's annoying. Yeah. The non-scripted ship fights are a bit tricky. What the hell?
Okay.
Yeah?
It wasn't loading. Ah, see, now I can see. Okay. I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I was thinking, wait a minute, I can charge as well. Swift Flurry, Enduring Dance, Thunderous Blows are all free actions. Flagellant's Path. Oh, we can't get that far. Okay, you're just going to have to hit 2 of them. Bang. Well, that's the first one he hit. That's going to leave a scar. I'll turn around and face him. Never mind. Anyway, Krayven just literally ran one guy into chum. Outstanding. Aloth, I'm not going to have you jump across the deck just yet. Get ready to fire a spell from the other side. Oh, it's getting all exciting. Yeah, I know, right? There's the naval bit now. These guys might run right away. This could be... Is this fast enough? Yes, this can hit them, but Krayven's in the yellow. It shouldn't burn him. Although it's a fire attack, it might burn all of them. This will cast quite fast, I think.
What can I do you for?
Jyoti, run central and get ready to throw a bubble up. Oh, how injured is this Muppet? Because they're way below our level. Actually, he wasn't so injured. Yeah, the central fighting will be around here, so circular protection benefiting us. This will be placed well. I'll stick with my original plan. Hurrah! Oh, sorry, yes, Phoenix, we just had one. Citizen Phoenix, good evening to you. Jumps into chat on Fool Eater.
What is it you want? We want a shrubbery. Wolf and rough.
Good evening, teammate. And yes, folks, we do have sound effects that cost a minimum amount of creds to use. Check in the channel panels for sound effects. Right, so this lad's running down. Again, sorry for the slightly janky frame rate on this one. There's too much going on. And my poor old PC struggling, which is why I'm planning to build a new one. Oh, this one's already jumped onto the side of my ship. There's a lot more crew here than I expected. Edér can take all this. He's hard as nails. Anyways, dude, my Sigmund train's very patchy, so I'm going to get going, but I'll see you soon. No worries. Thank you so much for tuning in while you're on the train, mate, and get home soon. Give us 3 rings when you get in. Make sure you're known. All right, Liana, so yes, these are the AI characters I don't control that are part of my crew. Just going in and going ham on these idiots. Nice. Who's next? They're all going for Edér, which is good because he's the main tank, and there's the captain. And that crossbow missed. Excellent. Yeah, safe rest of your journey, mate. How I grew up, my voice is ragged. I've been at Twitch London 6, the winter one, for 48 hours, talking to about 1 billion people, seeing tons of friends. So I'm in a really good mood, but I am very tired. Today is just the narrative gameplay. Today is just Pillars 2, because I won't be doing the live reading bit at the end. The ASMR live reading, because I'm also editing and polishing that after to go up onto YouTube, and the state my voice is in today won't do a good enough job compared to the quality of the other ones. But yeah, otherwise doing very well. How's yourself, Phoenix?
Death to those who oppose the Republic!
Death to those who oppose the Republic. Bash this idiot on the head. Damn, that landed some hit. Can I put some Samoan in chat? I will translate after for you. Okay, sure, yeah, if you're going to translate it, I will waive the usual English-only rule. Go for it. Provided it's the content of what is being said was within the channel rules, of course. Let's just end that turn. Fan of Flames. Right, that's wiped out a couple of them. Krayven didn't get hurt, which is good. Now, that fight has come this way, but Palagina's if I don't want to go too close, she'll get an attack of opportunity. She didn't get one. Nice. Right, what I can do here is make a real mess if I do this right. If I get Edér nice and close again, sorry for the jankiness. If I have him charge through this lot, he'll do some serious damage. So we'll get Discipline Barrage up, Refreshing Defense, and then Charge. And if you can reach this one, he can. There's 3 of them in his way. And then he can do another free action, turn around and grab this Muppet, Principe Warbler, who's now dazed, and that is some first class tanking. The rest of those Muppets are stunned. Otagata, Loneliest, a Silly, Ona Agaleli, Otagata, Silly on Fa Noa. Latu te atata sili ona susulu. O tagata pito sili ona liaga. Oli sili lia on poto. Ona o latau. Le mananao is isi ia mafatia e pay ona ie. Translation. Oh, that's what you posted in the clinic as well. That's where it came from.
Yeah.
So yeah, loneliest people are the kindest, the saddest people smile the brightest, the most damaged people are the wisest, all because they don't wish others to suffer as they have. So that's actually, is that like a Samoan proverb or something? That's cool to know where it came from. Now then, we got one lad here who's a warbler, but there's so many of this lot clustered up. Krayven could do some serious damage with his range kick, so I'm going to send him back this way, taking advantage of the bubble. Oh man, that lag when they were moving wasn't ideal. Are his buffs still up? I need to get him a bit more there. Oh damn it, that I'm going to run out of movement if that lag doesn't fucking fix itself. No, go to where I'm telling you.
I got this.
Whatever. Because I want him to hit as many in a cone, but it's not standing where I tell him because of the slowdown. That's a bit irritating. Swift Floriger, yeah, he's still got all of it up. That's easy then. 3 wounds. Raise Torment. Yeah, and he's able to deliver stupid amounts of damage and stun 3 of them. Good to go. I don't know if it's Samoan saying it's told me I'm Samoan in my family. 6 out of 10 for pronunciation. Thanks. Yeah, I had to read it rather literally. I expect I'm probably pronouncing things in a Western Romance language, European manner, as opposed to perhaps Samoan pronunciations. And you have a Samoan in your family. That's cool, man. Alright, Tekahu is casting something right. Yeah, you, Wizard Boy. Now that the rest of them are all homing in on you, you are a squishy glass cannon, so... Oh my word. Let's get back to some regular fights where things run normally. Concussive missiles. Probably do quite well about there. These next 3 will go off by themselves. Right, there goes another crew member, Liana.
Show them how it's done.
Shooting the other helmsman. Where's Constantine gone? Constantine just split their helmsman into chunks. Outstanding. Phoenix, how's your weekend been, man? What have you been keeping yourself busy with? This one's already near death. Palagina can probably finish him off. That Warbler over there is not doing a great lot. We could just throw a quick Blessed Harvest at him. It probably won't kill him. He only does bonus damage if they're bloodied or below. And bloodied is 1 up from near death. Graze, nope, still one-shotted him. Beautiful. That crit barbarian, though, I know, right? It's tasty. It's tasty. I think he's actually a I think he's a chanter, but he fights with a poleaxe, which is pretty tight. On my mum's granddad side, I have about 15 cousins from Samoa, and 4 of them are having 3 kids. Wow, that is a huge family.
Yeah.
Edér. Oh, you know what he can do? Has he got refreshing defense up? Yeah, he does. But he can do a clear out, a sweeping strike on these stunned lads.
Hey. That wasn't half bad.
He just chopped a bunch of them literally in half. That one's down, that one's collapsing, that one just turned to bits. And oh look, there's the captain herself.
Stay behind me.
It's nice when you're fighting some stuff way below your level because we're just decimating them and it's delightful. I finished cleaning my bedroom now and chilling out to get my Xbox One on tomorrow on Wednesday. Nice. What games have you got with it? Right, Palagina, I think her aura burnt that one to death. Oh, no, it didn't. That Principe fighter is about to try and cause some havoc to my wizard who's concentrating on his spell. So let's explode his skull with a mace to the face. Well, he didn't explode in a bloody mess, but he's down. Good job. The concussive missiles.
I cannot whack him any harder.
Exploded that one into nothing. And the next one nearly died. The pistolier is still stunned, so he'll lose his turn come waking up out of it. Also part of an Irish family called the Fitzgerald family. Yes, that is an Irish name. So yeah, what games are you getting with your Xbox One to start off? Era's chewing that one alive. Jolly good. He's not long for this world, fictional or otherwise. Asila's running in, probably wondering what the hell happened to all her crew. Oh, Jyoti's taking a bit of a bashing up in there. Oh, my goodness. Our poor little... She's blinded. Our poor little priest. He's not having the easiest time of it. Okay, I think... Is that... Oh, he's cast an offensive spell. I was hoping he might cast some healing. She's the bird from Myers, chewing that one up. Right. The players I control get a go again. So we've got Woodskid on. Right, before Jyoti gets beaten up anymore, I've now got to protect my woman because we had hot, steamy love but just before a previous battle. Buffs are still up, so just beat the piss out of her.
Yeah.
Gray's in her thing, right? We'll take her out in another turn or so. On disc, I have WWE 2018 and a Division 1 and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Nice. That's the Assassin's Creed one that's set in ancient Greece, isn't it? I haven't played a Division 1. Last time I was playing the WWE, the wrestling games, was on the PS1. It's amazing how much they packed into them. The amount of character customization and everything else and what
Not
you could do.
Not exactly my area of expertise.
Alright, well then just run back out the way, you muppet. There we are, just enter. Just come in and slap. There's no point wasting spells. That one's dead. I think it's just the captain left.
Now where were we?
Yeah, you missed. Constantine's going to come running down. He won't make it all the way though, because that's a huge amount of ground for his little dwarfy legs to cover. Right, Palagina, do you want to finish her off? Can you get close enough? Ah, damn it. We're being slowed down by these briars. That we're basically technically hobbled. Yeah, her mace isn't going to have enough range. Okay, well, we can do Wrath of the Five Suns, which is a ranged version of her sworn enemy, basically.
It is no use. I cannot get through.
Yeah, it's not supposed to do much damage, to be fair. I have more digitally with too many to remember. Yeah, okay, fair enough. So those are the ones on disc. Jyoti, firstly, love... Second wind on yourself. Get yourself some HP back. All 28 of it. Blessed Harvest. Teach that captain for messing with you. Explode her face. Or, you know, miss. That's fine as well.
Yeah?
Well, it's not really fine, but thankfully we've got like a billion turns before she gets to do anything, and she's as good as dead. So I want to get out of this slightly laggy, clunky fight. Exhibit number 8006 of why I'm building a new streaming... Well, going to be building a new streaming PC. What was his... Well, we can pull this one over here. Just get her a bit closer. She's dazed, and now we can actually just hit her. He hasn't got any more of his... Will he finish her off? Oh, so close. So near, but yet so far. Next hit's going to wreck her. GTA 5, State of Decay 2, 1 and 2, Minecraft, Dragon Age 2, Assassin's Creed 4, Brotherhood Syndicate. It's good to know. Quest updated, Bounty, Asila Way Skipper. Enemy defeated. Right, return to Fleetmaster Wiyoko at the Brass Citadel. Enemy defeated. Morale gained 2. 720 crew experience. The crew earned 2 sailor experience. Krayven, Beardul gained a rank. Beardul gained a level. Irina gained a level and a rank. Fuldas gained a level and a rank. Veniti gained a level and Hamer gained a rank. Ikiyuk gained a level and Shield Sister Dahlia gained a level. We have 100 morale already. This is going to be... Oh, exceptional weaponry. I was expecting it to only be fine. Well, that's pretty good. Now, the crew's morale is already 100, so I'm taking all this shit. What have we got here? Oh, good meals. Mariner's porridge. Mariner's porridge. That's always nice for bonus morale. Take all and continue. Asses kicks. Asses kicks. Oof. Yeah, go for it, man. If you're not sure where else, you can stick it in general gallery. My dog has claimed my leg to cuddle. Oh, that's sweet. What kind of dog do you have? All about hearing about the floofs. Right, job's a good one. Job's a good one. We can go back to a full frame rate. Now, we need to get back up to Nekataka. That's the sort of remaining bounties. And then there's stuff to the east of Nekataka as well. Radolf, Master Captain. What am I at this point? Yes, look at this. My cook is a Master Cook. My Cannoneer is a Master Cannoneer. These two are getting pretty... I need to swap out the surgeon. I need to get a surgeon who specialises just as a surgeon, because Big Mouth can't get any better, which is annoying. Oh, he's a good Cannoneer as well. Yeah, I actually have a proper spare Cannoneer. And the other surgeon's also specialised. I need to get her back on the helm. Or is it him? Yeah, no, her. Mother Sharp Rock, Oswald, Cook. Novice Helmsman. Helmsman and Cannoneer. Phoenix, thank you so much for the host. Oh yeah, I should change around the backup crew as well. Bring Bolter in instead. I'm now a Master Captain. I'm extremely experienced. The Krayven Sound minions cheer in your honour. He is a Collie Whippet Cross. Very nice too. Well, let's see what we can uncover around here. Maybe there's some islands we can claim, as there is at least one other named place in the list of name a thing that you folks have redeemed.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Let's go hunting. Let's go hunting. I see plated dust vipers and stone crusher phoenixes and cliff haunter broods with our names on them. We'll sift through this bad boy. Bump. We got some lager. Continue searching. Oh, we must be drinking water. I'm already losing morale. Flint and tinder. Always useful. Oh, we got a whole cannon. Another Iron Thunderer. Awesome. Done. That's quite a nice little find to get a whole cannon off the back of this. Hunt in the chat, folks. Hunt in the chat if you feel so inclined. We're slowly repairing our hull as we go. We'll need to get some fresh repair supplies. Which direction am I headed? That's Margie Island. Beggar Weirfroth, whatever that is. Going to take a little bit of a scenic route, see what we can spot. I feel like this is a kind of little side questy, uncover what we can kind of day. Boom, like right there. A solitary rice farm. We can actually do perhaps a little bit of trading, and there's a port here. They would welcome trade. Well, that'll save us a bit of time later. Oh, Phoenix. Phoenix wants to take on the mayor. Well, as I say to Darkens and anyone else, you come at the king, you best not miss. Let me see if I can do this. There we go. Who's going to emerge victorious? Oh, better luck next time, but well fought, well fought. I think I might grab a bit more rice wine and tarlo for the cruise. They're just not having to live purely on rice and water and so on. Well dueled. Likewise, Phoenix. Well dueled, sir. Let's go in the stash and unload a bunch of our shit, because it's amazing how much money these tiny little fishing villages have. Like, they can afford exceptional weaponry. A couple of fine maces, fine crossbow. Let's get rid of those daggers. Oh yeah, anything more than 3, you get a little list like so. Fine scepter, fine rapier, fine flail.
Fennec saw Phoenix landing for a PLCE. Okay.
Plated Dust Viper, grats everyone! Another mighty success for the hunting party. Katrin's Grimoire. Oh, there's a unique Grimoire. Slaver's Grimoire. Superb Mace. I need to equip that on somebody. Alright, yeah, the rest of the Grimoires I keep for, what's his name? So, this is going to be like 4,000 and odds copper pans. Exceptional mail armor, we don't need that. Deer wooden clothing. Regular mail armor. Fine plate. Fine robe. Padded armor. What have we got here? A cape and a Principe hat. The rest of the stuff I want to keep now. We're starting to build up enough that we've got duplicates for our non-regular party members to have. Need to equip that figurine on someone, and I think the rest of that is it's all good. That's all fine. Can't refill the ship supplies here, but that's only 6,000 copper for us. But boom, because I spent a lot. I had like 130,000 at last session and spent a hell of a lot on making my ship way better. And hopefully any subsequent ships. I hope those upgrades I bought aren't locked to this one ship, my dear wooden sloop. I hope I can move them as I buy an actual all-round better ship, but we'll find out. Hey, don't knock the plated dust viper. Yes, it is the easiest of the monsters we can take on, but once upon a time it would regularly beat us. But we now reliably get lots of hunters rocking on up. Let's come round this way. We can skiff up the side of... we've already done that bit of island. We can come up the side of here maybe. What's that? Crookspur Captain, and come to Nekataka that way. Indeed, Detox, yes, you've broken that little bit. You've walked away with a profit. Doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it feel most exceptional? Let's make sure we've uncovered. Don't want to leave that fog of war in place. Who knows what this fog is hiding? What little hidden islands, hidden gems, hidden side quests. Right, that's just a regular captain. We're getting near the shoals now. We're getting near the mouth of Nekataka. It's probably not going to be too much out here, but stuff coming and going already. So Rockstomper Rodol, that guy's named. He's a master captain as well, and he's with the Valian Trading Company. Anyway, that's quite enough of that procrastination. Those ships look like they're on fire. Royal Deadfire Company Master Captain, who's way levels above us in a high-level junk as well. Let's dock in Nekataka. Well, we're going to supply up first of all. See, here we can even buy all the like really good stuff like bone frame hull, Blackwell hull. Right, we can't buy duplicates. We can't buy duplicates of what we've already bought, like the dragon wing sails and the war plates. I'm assuming we can move it from one ship to the next. The upgrades we've already bought, which is pretty cool. I don't have a followage command, Phoenix. Cannon shot, we still got loads. There's no point replenishing it right now. It just costs money. Medical supplies were good. Repair supplies we'll grab. Actually, no, I'll wait, because I've probably got some still sitting in barrels lying around I can pick up for free. Ship management. I'll move my helmsman back to her spot. He's a pretty good backup helmsman, so I'll... drop him in there. You're not much good of anything. A backup cannoneer is extremely useful. And yeah, no worries, mate. Little Luca, navigator or deckhand. I don't really need another deckhand. Overall, like a deckhand and cannoneer would be good. Cook and deckhand and surgeon. Or I don't know, a spare cook. Again, I don't need another single point specialist. Is that deckhand, cannoneer and deckhand? Cook and deckhand. Who have we got in here? Bosun and helmsman. Navigator and deckhand and cannoneer. I'll kind of leave it like that for now. That's fine. Food and supplies and things. Now, fruit's good for them. It's nice and simple, and it counteracts the morale change of the water. Otherwise, I'll leave as is. I'll keep the good food for when my party actually stops and camps and stuff like that. Oh, he's lurking. He's lurking, mate. He was around earlier. In the meantime, I think we were mainly done with Queen's Birth. think there's a few bits and pieces to take care of in Pariki's Overlook, including going to the bathhouse. So we'll head into town. We'll head into town. Further up, I should say. So, like that little overworld map, that becomes the world map when you're in town, because big cities and places actually have districts, which I think is a really nice touch. It's a great attention to detail, in my personal opinion, because often you look at a map for a game that's supposed to represent a big city, and in reality you look at like the scale of the buildings compared to the scale of your party members, and you know thousands and hundreds of thousands of people wouldn't fit in there. But having these multiple districts and showing how much of the city they occupy, and then the rest of it is shown to be there, but you don't have to necessarily be seeing all of it, really shows the idea that it's bigger and you're going to the highlighted major areas. I really like it like that. So this is Pariki's Overlook. This is a kind of merchant district, merchant area, sort of up to do. It's not the top end of town, it's not where the palace is, but it's quite an upmarket place. You won't find too many beggars or ruffians around here. Have you ever played a game called Civilization Revolution? No, I have not. Is it from the Civ series? Oh, Aloth is ready to level up. Go on then. So, welcome to the level up screen, folks. Getting to see a little bit of everything today, which is good. I think at this point we'll drop another point in Arcana to have him use better scrolls. He's a diplomacy monkey, but metaphysics. Oh, that's one of Krayven's specialties. Although Krayven has a lot of specialties. Insight, history. No, I'll keep pumping his diplomacy. I've very much with the passive skills taken a min-max approach, and with my current party, they're my primary party, and I min-maxed all their skills so that whenever you can get a party assist, we'll usually pass the check. Oh, it's a strategy game, but it's not part of the Civilization series, because obviously Civ is a strategy game as well, but it's not part of the Civ series. Fair enough. Oh, many. Oh, level 13. So we get 2 abilities with a new power level. So it's at power level 7. So we've got to have one of the new ones. So delayed fireball is already in the Grimoire, so he can expand that, and he doesn't need to learn it right now. Tain's chaotic orb is a bit good. The chaotic orb bounces between a number of enemies, dealing damage and inflicting a variety of negative afflictions, including petrified, paralyzed, weakened, sickened, stunned, and blinded. That's toit. A substantial phantom, which you can already do. Ninagalth's killing bolt, heavy raw damage, and any non-spirit killed by it summon a spectre. That's a really good one as well. And it's raw damage, so raw damage is quite good because it's non-elemental. You don't have like fire, or if something's weak or strong against it, you can reliably do the damage that raw damage does. Think you would enjoy it. I will stick it in suggestions, Phoenix. Especially if you find a link to it on Steam, then that's fantastic. I can check out the trailer and see if it will be suitable or up my street. Sitzel's martial power, and that's for basically buffing if you want to have a combat-y wizard. Wall of draining. Enemies part. Yes, this is one of these wall of force things. Enemies passing through or standing in this wall will lose time from any of their timed beneficial status effects. For each second drain, the wizard gains duration. Wow, that's nice. But I think I know what I'm picking. At least chaotic orb or killing bolt. And here's what some of the other abilities in the lower levels are also solid. Spirit Lance, not really. That one's in a Grimoire. Call to Slumber. Safeguard, again, nice bonuses, but I wouldn't mind some more quick offensive spells. Target is hit with an immobilized affliction and becomes an anchor for a frigid ray of energy. From the wizard does freeze damage. Right, so that's a pathing spell. Immobilizes a target and treats them as the other side of a pathing beam. You can have some fun with that in a turn-based playthrough. That's certainly more useful than it is in a real-time playthrough. Crackling bolts in the Grimoire. We could do with some more lightning-based spells. He's currently got that in the Grimoire, but half tempted. As is Chain Lightning. Is there any of the secondary abilities, the passive abilities, worth taking right now? Heart of the Storm, increased penetration. Not really. There are any wizard-only ones, apart from spell shaping. It's going to have to be Chaotic Orb and Killing Bolt. They're both great, and neither of them are in the Grimoire. Neither of them are affected by spell shaping either, so they're quite reliable. Job's good and excellent. Now let's have a look at our journal. Now we're back in Deadfire. What is left to do in here? We've got to go and meet a spy in the bathhouse. Oh yeah, at Sura Imperial Command in the Brass Citadel. I might bring Myra along for that, but I'm planning to lie to this guy, and I don't really use her very much. I didn't use the Dwarf Hunter character once I was done with her in the first game very much either. Hunters are alright, but they're not the best. From the wreckage. Oh yeah, I gotta go to Kahanga Palace for that one. Dirty Laundry, yeah, that's it. Pariki's Overlook. Speak with Britza. Director Castell told me to make contact with Britza, a Valian trading company spy working undercover at the Luminous Bathhouse and Pariki's Overlook, and we've already got Palagina in the party, because the named companions, the primary companions in the game, unless you make your own ones, they will have stuff to say and input if you're doing quests related to the faction they support. She may be able to tell me what she learned about the smugglers. I'll just catch up on the chat in a second. Well, I see Lord Eric Drake slinks into the chat, trying to hide from the uncomfortable cringe and very bad acting that his mandatory supervisory... his mandatory supervisory sexual harassment training software. Nice. And Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution is a... Oh, so it is part of it. It is a Sid Meier's game. He said, I asked, is it part of the Civilization series? And he said, no, but it is. Sid Meier... I don't mean the numbered series, but it is a Sid Meier's Civ game. It's a 4X turn-based strategy video game developed in 2008, yeah. It's a spin-off, yeah, but it is a Civ game. It is a Sid Meier game. Cool. So yeah, that's what I meant. Is it actually a Civ game, or is it just something with the name Civilization, but no relationship to the Civ series? But it is a spin-off of the main Civ series, which is not to say I dismiss it in any fashion. Oh, just oh my, the cringe. Yeah, when I said Civ series, I was abbreviating. So yeah, I appreciate that wasn't clear, Phoenix. Don't worry. Nekataka the Gullet. Oh yeah, supposedly steal these things. I really don't want to. Captain Aldis. Food for thought. That one I'll do for the palace. Brass Citadel. Nothing left. Skipping ahead. I need to get more work from the Valian Trading Company. That's probably the work we're about to do now. Last Sanctuary, Return to Prince Arihi. That's in the Serpent's Crown, which is the palace again. Those are new bounties. That's the main story game. Bacana's Folly was still not high enough level for that, because that sometimes we've taken on stuff that's 3 or 4 levels higher, but that 2 levels higher really is 2 levels higher, and it's kicking our ass. Oh, Sacred Stair. I need to hand that one in back there. I still haven't dealt with the Slaves of Crookspur. Baina, Serpent's Crown. There's quite a lot in Serpent's Crown. Queen's Birth. I'll have to hand that one in there. Brass Citadel. Okay. I think we've only got the one in Pariki's Overlook. Oh, and from the wreckage, yeah. In Prospects. We've only got the one in Pariki's Overlook. There's not even a bounty handed in here. Go to the bathhouse. So we'll do exactly that. It's kind of cool that I'm getting to the supervisory training. Having fun this weekend, yes. I don't know if you caught up in Cravenstown, Harry, but been at Twitch London all weekend. I've already done a sort of full rundown of how that was in the end of week warm up and some of the swag, but it's Twitch London is the biggest Twitch community event in the world, because it's the only one that happens outside of the US. Different from TwitchCon. It's a community meetup thing as opposed to a full convention, and it's twice a year, and it's always an absolute blast. I see a ton of people I know, streamer friends, make some new friends, meet people from the community for the first time or subsequent times. It's why my voice is ruined. I'm just doing the gameplay today because my voice is not up to doing the reading at the right quality. It's really ragged, which will mean it will sound crap for that section of the when I upload it to YouTube, edited for a sort of free to listen audiobook setup. I'm running on fumes and pure adrenaline, but I've had a fantastic time. It was really good, buzzing as always to do it. So yeah, I've had a really good weekend, but that's been all my time. Friday morning through to getting in at 4 o'clock this afternoon has been nothing but Twitch London. But yeah, doing well. How about yourself, mate? Catch me up on your weekend. What's been new? What's been on? What is it? What is in the world of King Eric Drake? Ganor. What is the name of our... It's Britzer is the contact. We could ask the proprietor here where to find them, or we could just take a look ourselves first. Jesus Christ! Speaking of... welcome back. That one was pretty good. That one was pretty good. Well timed, Darkins. Thank you so much to the 75 buddies. How you doing, man? It was a decent look. Bathhouse Patron, Valiant Diplomat. Like the water effects and all the fancy stuff in here and Steam doesn't slow it down the slightest, but just fighting on a ship, fighting a battle on a random pre-generated little ship, sends it absolutely haywire. Udine. Why do I feel I know Udine? Where is this contact? See, a named NPC usually has something, and yeah, some of these people are quite naked.
Unless there's anything you need, please, let me to mine water.
Ajdo Romaro. Oh no, we already spoke to her about that, and Romaro's on his merry way, so we'll leave her alone. I don't really need to follow up with that already. Oh, fair enough, Harry. Goodness me. Oh, we just missed it, Darkins. He just missed it. No worries. No worries. Next time when he's back. Oh, no, he didn't. I take it back. Multitasking like a pro there, Eric Drake. Okay, so this connection must be on the second floor. There's a couple of there's much like a bathhouse. This place offers rooms, and in certain places oh no, this place isn't also a brothel. It's the pub in Queen's Birth. There's a tavern in Queen's Birth that has a sex parlour upstairs. I think this one's a bit classier than that. Bathhouse occupant. Ah, there's Britzer. Yeah, she's been masquerading as staff. Oh, Darkens, your streak was brought to an end. Your streak was brought to an end. Well fought, Eric. An insidious foe. Corporate trading, a most insidious of foes. Okie dokie. So, here is the person we need. Let's actually get into the room properly. So, just remind ourselves of the whole quest overall. So this is called Dirty Laundry. Director Castell told me that a Valiant trading company spy in the Luminous Bathhouse sent word about an off-the-books meeting between a Royal Deadfire Company official and the Royal Deadfire Company, a rival colonial trading bloc, named Quano, and a Principi captain by the name of Tola, and the Principi are a sort of loose confederation of pirates. Castell wants me to uncover the details of their smuggling arrangement, and I was told to make contact with Britzer, a Valiant trading company spy working undercover at the Luminous Bathhouse in Pariki's Overlook. She may be able to tell me what she's learned about the smugglers. So the Captain Tola learn about the smugglers. The Principi I'm kind of going off bit by bit, and although I'm not the biggest fan of the VTC, the Valiant Trading Company, between them and the Royal Deadfire Company, they seem so far marginally better. The Royal Deadfire Company seem pretty shitty. It is an insidious foe. Darkens opens the door to let Callie out to hunt. Right then, what's she got to say? Hello.
You and I, we have a mutual friend, do we not?
She grins widely, tongue pressing pink between her teeth. I'm here at Director Castell's request.
Good, good.
The tension in her shoulders settles and she hazards a small smile.
A Royal Deadfire operative, Quarno, and his Principi associate, Tola, will meet tonight to discuss the details of business arrangement.
Business arrangement. Obsidian are making a new RPG in a popular franchise. Any ideas or thoughts, rather? Well, if I didn't already know that it was being done by Larian, I would have thought Obsidian would have been a very good pick to approach for Baldur's Gate 3. But Larian are doing it, and I reckon they'll do a pretty good job. To that end, unless a new sequel's coming out, I mean, Diablo 4 is Blizzard. Unless there's like an all-new Icewind Dale or an all-new Planescape Torment or something like that after many, many years playing to their strengths. And that said, I mean, the first-person adventure thing, The Outer Worlds, as a new IP looks really, really good. It's a bit of a shame that this apparently underperformed because, as you said, Decadency, we're not probably going to get a Pillars 3, which is a shame. I couldn't really think of the major RPGs that are doing quite well. I mean, obviously the Elder Scrolls is Bethesda's thing, and it's probably the one thing that they've still got a lot of love for that they haven't screwed up yet. Unless, have they got the rights to do a different kind of Fallout? Or is it a sci-fi one like Wasteland? Because they did the original Fallout when they were Black Isle. I don't know, I'm struggling. Oh, my word, if it's Neverwinter Nights 3, I think that could be a pretty good shout. Who are the original developers of Neverwinter Nights? I'm trying to remember.
They have bought out the entire first floor for privacy's sake. Even Gunnar, their proprietor, will excuse himself.
Wow, okay.
Only bathhouse attendants will be allowed to remain to ensure their comfort. You understand?
Yeah. I have a feeling we might disguise ourselves. One is BioWare, 2 is... Oh, Neverwinter Nights 2 was also Obsidian, because I played Neverwinter Nights 2, but I need to go back to it. I never sort of... I did it for a bit, but didn't finish it so much, because Neverwinter Nights is very, very... Sapphire, no problem. Thank you so much for the lurk. Thank you kindly. And yeah, if Chrome's on in the background, if you like have that as the main tab, it will still count, because Twitch has got included the new... lurk rules, and they're a bit overzealous at the moment. So yeah, I remember one was BioWare, but Neverwinter is actually truly based in the world of D&D. Like the city of Neverwinter or so on is kind of quasi-canon to D&D. It's really closely tied into that. Well, whatever it happens, they'll do a good job of a Neverwinter Nights game. Well, what can you tell me about Quano?
He is a snake in the body of a man. Though he is supposedly the Royal Deadfire Company's man, he always seems to be working some deal on the side.
And for those of you who are new at the Royal Deadfire Company, just for some lore, the trading company owned by the Rauatine government, which will remain empire of the Almwa race, and largely staffed by current and former members of Rauatine's considerable navy. It imports staple foods and commodities to the resource-poor Rauatine mainland. I think the Neverwinter franchise is more focused on their MMO. There's going to be a Neverwinter MMO. Huh. I'd like to see. I think there'd be a lot of love for a new Neverwinter game, because it's very pure D&D. It's really one of the purest CRPGs you can get in a lot of ways. Anything I should know about Tola?
Tola is fond of drink, and her tongue flaps loosely when she has had too much of it.
Good to know. Well, what do you need me to do?
I will disguise you as a bathhouse attendant.
Called it.
So you might observe their meeting. With luck and some cunning, you may be able to discover the details of their special arrangement.
Well, I'm not overtly stealthy as a character, so hopefully that'll be fine. Yeah, Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, Neverwinter Nights, and Planescape Torments are D&D games. Oh, they're all very much in the CRPG tabletop game as a video game, but are they all considered within the canon world of D&D? Because obviously certain settings are allowed. I know Neverwinter Nights and the City of Neverwinter is. Planescape Torment, probably. Icewind Dale, maybe. Was Baldur's Gate always within the world of D&D as well? Genuine question. Or is there already a Neverwinter MMO? I never knew that. I Neverwinter knew that. That's good to know.
You will not be able to take your gear.
Oh dear.
But do not worry. Should the situation get out of hand, there will be a stash of weapons hidden in one of the changing booths.
I'm sure those weapons will compare to what I'm carrying, but okay.
But I am sure it will not come to that.
I was going to say, I'm going to ask, you can't do this yourself, considering you are actually a bathhouse attendant. Baldur's Gate, I think, is... Yeah, Baldur's Gate is also a city on the Sword Coast, same as Neverwinter. Ah, okay. What about Icewind Dale and Planescape Torment, then?
I have had dealings with Tolar in the past, and I am certain she will recognize me. Hence why I have requested assistance from Director Castle, though it pains me to do so.
She grimaces and looks away. Do I have to be unarmed? Probably yes, but let's see if there's a way around it a little.
They will not believe you an attendant if you carry a blade.
To be fair, unarmed is how I fight, so it's not the worst thing in the world. I'm a monk. Her mouth quirks into a playful smile.
But do not fear. I would not throw you to the wolves. Remember, Should you have need of them, there is a stash of weapons in one of the changing booths.
I suppose as a monk class, I'm one of the most prepared to fight an unarmed fight, I suppose. Icewind Dale is also to the north from Sword Coast. Sword Coast seems to be a very, very major kind of region within the sort of D&D canon. I don't know. I've only played a couple of campaigns in D&D, and they've usually been homebrew scenarios. I'm ready to infiltrate the meeting. The MMO is called Neverwinter. I tried it. I didn't find it all that fun. Fair enough. It's interesting to know, but yeah, MMOs. I've enjoyed them, but I'm ready.
Then you will take your disguise, and I shall take your equipment up.
Her voice drops to a conspiratorial whisper. I've enjoyed them, and I enjoyed my time with them, but the way I stream and the time I don't have for gaming really outside of streaming kind of rules them out for me, really.
Take this rice wine as well. Perhaps you will find use of it, eh?
She winks. You gained an item, ingredients, 2 times rice wine, okay? Now, is this just going to be me or the whole party? I guess it's probably just be me. And Planescape is kind of parallel world in Faerun. Ah, okay. Yeah, because the Planescape world, is that... Oh, my. Oh, we've all had our gear taken off. My goodness. See, this is what Krayven's skin looks like. In fact, if I bring up the inventory menu... So, Aloth is pretty ripped as wizards go. Lean fellow. Wearing his little bathhouse robe. Where's all our shit? Oh, we don't even... What I like is what was still in the stash is available, but we'll give the game away. This is what Krayven looks like. He's got, like, living fire. The thing is, it doesn't actually burn. You can touch him and it doesn't burn. It's essentially a visual mark from the gods. But yeah... Sterile, because he's a godlike. Pallegina. Now, Pallegina's interesting because she is an avian godlike. Hylia is the bird goddess of fertility and a few other things. But she hated being a godlike so much that she spoke to someone who she met and was severed from the thing inside her that makes her... Godlikes have a unique essence or something inside them. We're finding out at the moment through a quest. She was severed from it, and thus she only has partial development. You see how she's got a normal human face with just some eyes and, like, kind of bird avian eyes and just partial feathers. If she'd been... if she had allowed herself to fully transform, she'd have, like, a full kind of... bird feathers over her skin and a more bird-like face. Her face started to form a beak, even. See, so Krayven, my character, is a full fire godlike. She would have the avian equivalent of this. Jyoti, I feel I chose wisely. I feel I chose wisely. My character's hitting that. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Krayven top, but Deck would be all over that. Deck would be all over that. Why hasn't that triggered Decadency? Good question. What's your cred count at? It should be good. Should be fine. Right, so we're down here. They said they rented out the full... Oh, we didn't even get to Perv on Edér. Man, that is a meaty boy over there. He's a very meaty boy. Oh, there's Quano. There's Quano. There's the guards. Principi Priest. Didn't he say they rented out the whole first floor? Let's look at the update. Discover the details of Quano and Tola's arrangement. I've infiltrated the meeting at the Luminous Bathhouse. Briz provided me with bottles of rice wine. Apparently Tola's a chatty drunk. Oh, are they using the American definition of first floor? Ah, there's an accountant. Where's Tola? Because in the US, first floor is like the ground floor. Whereas in the UK, we have ground floor and then the first floor is the first floor up. Yeah, they've got, so first floor and they have the upper floor. There's also a boiler room. Where the hell is Tola then? Did I miss my window? I mean, that was an accountant coming and going. Damn it. Tola, Principi. Quano is there. Where the hell is Tola then? Oh right, yeah, okay, yeah. Darkins isn't recovered yet, so he couldn't be pinged. I am confused. Right, that accountant's going back in first. Let's try the actual first floor. Oh, hunting is available. Hunting is available. Get that cred count up, folks. Get that cred count up. Hopefully, is Tola up here? Anywhere, somewhere, nowhere? Oh no, that's Britzer. Probably wondering why the hell we're up here. I feel like I'm overthinking this. Do I have to do this at a particular point? Hunt in the chat, folks. Hunt in the chat. We've got 4 hunters. We can get more. We can get more. Right, so she's not around there. Unless I was supposed to check that other room. I was hoping I could just sort of wander over to her, find her, and just have a natter.
Unacceptable!
Jesus Christ!
Hunt time.
It is indeed, folks. Exclamation mark hunt in the chat. Let's go. Well, there's Quano. Ah, there she is, hiding in plain... Oh, not so much hiding in plain sight as literally stuck in the bricks. Interesting little bug there. It's all good, Darkins. I think a lot of people might just be chilling and lurking. No, don't... Oh, for God's sake, stop running all the way around there. Silly pathfinding.
Yeah, sure.
I love the idea of a fire godlike working in a bathhouse. A boisterous woman with a long sunburned nose motions you to approach. Her eyes droop half closed and the stench of liquor wafts off of her. Ew. Lovely. We'll have it. Nice one. Everyone walked out with a profit. See, folks, that's how you get your creds. That's how you get your creds.
Ah, what timing. Landing in all this water's making me thirsty.
You got the same voice as that pirate sidekick that's on my boat. Bow and give her a bottle of rice wine. She drinks deep from the bottle and releases it with a belch and a smack of her lips. Ew. She regards you through red-rimmed eyes and slowly looks you up and down. Oh, God.
You seem familiar.
Familiar.
Do I know you? Or is it the wine that makes me think so?
Definitely the wine lady. She hiccups. Oh, he's back over it. I've got to get on top of that alert. The 151 for you.
It's probably the wine.
It's probably the wine. Tola stares at you unsteadily, her eyes half closed. Oh, there's no party assist. There's no party assist unless I can bring my crew. I can't. Give her another bottle of rice wine. Just better safe than sorry. She grabs the bottle and chugs the entirety of its contents without taking a breath. Jesus Christ, she's got a problem. She sways a bit when she sets the bottle down and gives you a bleary-eyed grin.
Has anyone ever told you you're great? Because you are really great. You should ditch this stupid bathhouse. Join my crew. I just got a bunch of fancy new cannons from Quano. We'll be the terrors of the Deadfire. It'll be fun.
All right then. Well, what do you plan to do with all that firepower?
I'm gonna blow up some Valian trading company ships and take their luminous Ardra. But shh. Don't tell anyone. It's a secret.
You are really, really shit at keeping your trap shut, lady. Her words run together in a drunken slurry. And what brings you to the bathhouse tonight?
My large friend and I are celebrating a business transaction. But I can't say anymore.
You already did, really. She rolls her eyes and casts a look back at the Alma man reclining on a bench behind her. Anything else I can get for you?
No, I've already had too much.
Yep. Bow and leave. Right, let's have. That was nice and straightforward. That was nice and straightforward. Let's see. Oh my word! Look at that, Darkens with your freaking nearly 400 hours. You beaut. I've learned that Quano is supplying the Principe with high-grade munitions. I can report back to Castle now, or I can dig for more details. He'll be waiting for me at the Valiant Trading Company headquarters in Queensberth. I can recover all my equipment once I've left the bathhouse. Deep in her cups, Tola mentioned she's planning a raid on the Valiant Trading Company convoy carrying Luminous Ardra. That must be the additional details itself. Quano isn't going to say a gosh darn word to us because he's not hammered and can keep his mouth shut. Alright, jobs are good. Jobs are good. Let's get out of here and get our stuff back. Decadency, it might be that you're now on cooldown. It might be that you're now on cooldown. Wait until it says about both of you that you're refreshed from your previous bout. As yeah, if you try and trigger one, the way it works is it still considers you as having been involved with it. That's the way the bot's built, so I can't do too much about that. Let's have a bean while that's loading. Oh no! Strawberry banana smoothie or dead fish? Please, strawberry banana smoothie. Oh, it was! Oh my god, for once it wasn't dead fish. Alright, and I should load all my gear back on me. Strawberry banana smoothie. Alright, we got all our stuff back. Nice one. Where to hand that back in? Valiant Trading Company. We'll do that because that might also allow me to take advantage of the there's this teleportation thingy that's on this spire. What was it called again? Let me look up the not Last Sanctuary, Shrewd Proposition, Honored Guest. Where's it gone? Oh, heaven's sake, what's it called? Goods and services from the wreckage, dim prospects. Oh, skipping ahead, that was it. Crossing to the in-between. I better wrap up this more work first, and then that might be, I can then have the option to take care of skipping ahead as well. So, back to Queensberth. We go to the Veiling Trading Company headquarters. There we are. Well fought. Ah, Darkens, man. That's like 3 out of 4 tonight for you, mate. Very well done. Very well done indeed. Oh. Oh, man. My throat is a bit raw. My throat is very raw indeed. We're starting to... if I push my voice too much further, I think it's going to affect me into next week. 3-5. Oh, sorry. I thought you were on like 3-1 or something. I just talked. I'd love to chat away with new people and the people on the stream. I had just a really, really nice time. You lost to... Oh, okay. Got you. Yeah, sorry. I understand. Yeah, just chatting away to everybody, but like a few folks, especially those of us who are people like myself and Blindside and other folks who just like to sort of catch up and chat with everyone, and we lost it, especially talking over the music. It did get louder when the party bit and the DJ deck started really going with Moose and Hayden and Lou doing it. We found spots to sit to talk in, but even in the back sort of room, the quietest part of the bar, it was coming through, and you're having with the general background hubbub as well, and of like everyone talking. I was having a meeting with a chap from the British Red Cross, and that we'd sort of tried to organise and take care of, and even that I was having to lean in to hear him. Now that's partly because my hearing is a bit not great, unfortunately. I don't hear very well at certain pitches when they are the pitch of the person talking at me is at roughly the similar sound to background hubbub, so I have a slightly harder time understanding guys talking because we have deeper voices than women in bars. or anywhere where there's kind of like a lot of background chatter nearby. But yeah, speaking of which, I meant to sort of bring up rig slots. Does sometimes feel that way. Slots taking everybody's money. Oh dear. Yeah, there's a very short cooldown on it. There is a short cooldown on it. Because I remember when Clone Person and Zombie first discovered it, they were doing it loads, and it was like really sort of fun. Oh, it's nighttime. We can't go in until it's daytime, can we? Was that the woman giving the bounties? Possibly. I've got to hand in some more bounties.
My little privateer. You have news for me?
Oh, I'm still hunting Veen. Right, she's the one who gives those ones. Yay! Profit! Well done, Detox. What time is it? Hour 22. Ah, shit nuggets. Oh, well. Oh, it's the start of the evening. You know what? You know what? We haven't actually rested up in a tavern in forever. I'm going to see what other crew are available in the Wild Mare, because I really need to get a surgeon who has a single specialty surgeon. So my current surgeon's got a dual specialty and he's maxed out. So I'll see if the Wild Mare's got any crew, and we'll actually book a room for the night and get some nice well-rested bonuses. The more expensive the slots, the better chance of winning. Also, the more lines you play and the higher your bet. So true. Especially here. That's totally how it works. Let's have another bean. Get that deficit down to about B77. No, I've already had dead fish. Caramel popcorn or mouldy cheese? Go on then. Caramel popcorn or mouldy cheese? Ah, mouldy cheese. That is rank. Right, this tavern is a proper dockside tavern. It's a rough and rowdy shit pile. Let's have a little chat with Gintel.
Now, what can I do for you?
What you got for sale, bro?
Anything you like, you let me know.
Yes, Constantine. We recruited him from here. So we can have backstage storage room, private dance room. Yeah, that's it. This is the place that's got the gigolos upstairs. Last for 1 rest, +1 cast with level 1 spells, +1 all skills, or +3 dexterity, 30% chance to reflect against spells, which is crazy good. Party management, retrain character, no. Recruit adventurers, recruit crew members. Yeah, this is the problem. Novice cannoneer and cooks, surgeon and deckhand, helmsman and deckhand. So none of these people are suitable. What we will do is, what's better? +3 dexterity, everyone. That's going to be speed, spell range, and Krayven is going to hit amazingly. The 30% chance to reflect spells is really nice, but the +1 in all skills and the bonus casts with level 1 spells is also very nice. I think we'll do Constantine's room, that constant spell reflect for 1 whole rest and a dexterity bonus. Yeah, it's pricey, but it's worth it. We can afford it now. I want to see it. I haven't yet. It's amazing, right? I know, that's why I do it, Detox. It's good fun. It's just a nice little thing. Common bad bean. Right, so 76 left to do for Onyx John. I wonder how long it's going to take me to actually get that down. Aboko, Luca. Right, hopefully it'll be daytime outside. We can actually go back into the Valiant Trading Company headquarters or embassy, whatever it's called. Who's your surgeon now? Big Mouth. He was already relatively high level, but he was dual spec. So I don't have a surgeon yet who has just a single skill in surgery. A whole bunch of my single skill crew are now master level, so they're really, really good. But I haven't come across a surgeon, a person who just got surgeon, and that's it. So I'm going to try a bit more around the other bars and places in Nekataka or taverns where I can recruit them. Although that said, Decadency, on that one, I know you'll know. I'll be open to. What fucking time is it? Oh god, it's still pre-dawn. Okay, we're up very early. Can we just let ourselves in anyway? But yeah, if you know where to go and recruit the surgeon or a surgeon who has just a single spec skill and thus can become, you know, max level and is therefore ends up being one of the best surgeons you can get, happy to do that. Right, can we please just go in? We're on urgent business.
Are still closed, sir.
What if it's an emergency?
If it has anything to do with paperwork or wax seals, which covers most of what's in the building, I'm confident it can wait until morning.
Perhaps we can arrive at a mutually beneficial understanding. Oh! Exclamation mark! Welcome! Moose is coming in with a mighty raid! A moose raid! A mighty moose raid! The mightiest of moose raids! Let's get some legit welcomes! A legit welcome to Cravenstown! Welcome, 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 one and all! How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? A legit welcome to you. Look at that moose raid coming in. Right, well, we're tabbing out and having a proper hello for that. Well, oh, sorry, and the frame rate's going to chug a little bit as it jumps straight back out of there. Look at that legit hype. Look at that legit hype. Of course, it's Citizen Moon. Hello, Vanelia. Would have loved to have caught up with you at Twitch London, but I hope you had a great weekend. Welcome, 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 one and all. Welcome, one and all. Oh, Moose, look at that, doing that legit hype moose rage, you absolute beauty. One more time for old time's sake, folks, lovely to have you. If you haven't been here before, my name is Krayven. Some of you may have met me or talked to me, or I said hello to you and talked at your face at Twitch London. If you haven't been here before, you're watching Story Sunday, my day for narrative games and big narrative playthroughs. I'd normally also be wrapping up with some ASMR live reading, but my throat is ruined, as it always is after Twitch London and about a billion conversations. But more importantly, Ski, Raving Krayven, good to see you, Resident Ski, how you doing? And I'm always raving. More importantly, let's get a shout out for this lovely chap, one of the most dapper dressed at the VIP events and anything like that, and an all-round excellent dude. The Mexican Moose, he's a lovely streamer. He has a genuinely really lives up to the whole Mexican theme with all his alerts, like kind of when he's got the host and it cracks me the fuck up. Yo, Ben, how you doing? I appreciate that, dude. I appreciate that. How are you recovering? How's yourself and Soph and Fremily? How are they doing? But talking about Moose, really friendly, good shadow, plays a variety of things. He's been doing Blair Witch, he's done Minecraft, he does FPSs, he's also DJ consummate extraordinaire, and I know, I can almost see your face, Moose, I can almost see you giving it, oh, well, but he DJ'd the VIP mixer, and he crushed it. I genuinely forgot he was going to be on, because I just like, yeah, this sounds like a London bar professional DJ going on, and it's a thing he does as his side gig. He was one of the warm-ups for Lupac on both the summer event in Twickenham Stadium and then again at in Key Street in the Big Tunnels, awesome location we were just in, and he just knocked out the park and was an awesome hype man. Both him and Hayden and Lou were absolutely on it and doing the cheering whilst Lou was on the decks doing the MCing as well. Can't recommend him enough as a streamer and an all-round good egg. Yeah, dude, my voice is starting to give. I managed to finish Blair Witch and had to finish because my voice is going, mate, you know the difference between how I sound when I'm normal and how I sound when I'm normally going. But yeah, one more time, let's double it up, folks. You know me when I'm recommending someone and you know they're sort of really worth it. I'm not just saying go check him out, I'm saying go give him a follow. Moose is a lovely lad. He's pleasant, he's kind, he puts everyone to shame with his dress sense at any of the important events. All round good streamer, knows his goddamn music, and you should go and give him more love. It's great to see you coming over with so many folks as well. I'm really glad to see it. About 2% recovered. I am running on nothing but adrenaline and the fact that by the time I'm literally lying in state when I eventually die, I'll probably still be talking because it's my fucking superpower. And yes, if you haven't been here before, or you don't know me, or you didn't get to see me and hadn't encountered me before, as you might have guessed by now, it's Krayven. Welcome to the Krayven Content Multiplex, the entertainment complex and gatehouse to Cravenstown. I am a pure variety streamer. I do about 4 nights a week, usually Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, each with a theme, and if I don't hit those, I've got themes on the other days. We are community first. I'll always come out and talk to people. We have a full running town theme, so any followers or residents, subscribers or citizens. My loyalty badges are town flags, Krayven's town flags, mods are councillors, and to shamelessly pimp community as brand as community, absolute beating heart of what we have do is Krayven's Town is right there, and we'd love to get to know you better. And I shall also add, those of you who stuck around, by the way, if you are heading right off, coming in from raid, I know that a lot of people jump in on a raid to support the streamer they've just been watching, but then once they've done the raid, they want to go about their separate ways, maybe go to bed, maybe you're at Twitch in London, you're absolutely cream cracking after it. That is cool. Thank you so much for jumping over. Thank you so much for supporting a raid from an amazing streamer. If you want to catch more, you can hit that heart button, become a resident of Krayven's Town. It's like being a follower, but better. And you can catch me tomorrow. My stream schedule is in the panels below, and info about what I do is underneath that. I start at 7 PM GMT, and thank you so much for coming over. Those of you who do want to stick around and want to see more, to quote Kane from Diablo 2, stay a while and listen. How do I get a flag IRL from you? At the moment, these are the only ones in existence, so I'd have to order some Chinese takeout to get some more chopsticks, print them out, and make them. There'd be the original, there'd be bespoke made, but DM me about it. I might start bringing, I've clearly got to make these into pins and shit. As a few people have asked now, a lot of people have asked about merch, and a few people have asked about my flags. And yes, those of you who came over in the raid, if I could trouble you, if it's not too much for sticking around, please hit that link and or refer a raid from the URL, and it'll count towards the old view count. And yeah, as Ben wouldn't fib. By the way, original Meech, just not to put you on the spot too much, one of the organisers of Twitch London, one of the full-time staff, along with Dame Bello, and I was saying it in the warm-up, I did my end of week warm-up, I did sort of 1 hour covering how it went for me, how it was in general, the merch we got, and as always, you guys knocked it out the park. It was brilliant. It was nice to see you. Thank you so much for just getting to chat to you a little bit. Always wish it was more, but I know you are on point with your headset and everything going, and not just Fremily and Dame Bello and Meech, but to Lupac, Moose and Hayden, to Becky and all the special effects staff, to Bendover, Ninja Doris, Silent Sheldon, and other Ben, the mods of Fremily, who also volunteer, the special effect volunteers. I'm trying to remember everyone's name on that, because most of you know that I min-max my stats. Faces 19 out of 20, names 1 out of 20, but it was fantastic. It was fantastic. You know I always love it. You know I attend every part of it, and there's a reason. It was so good, and I know everyone pulls their weight about 10 times over to get it going. Exclamation mark Hunt in the chat, exclamation mark Hunt in the chat, exclamation mark Hunt in the chat to go and get some, take on some monsters in the Badlands south of Krayven's Town, get yourself some channel points. He deserves loads of love, and so do you, my dude, so do you. Right, we're doing some Pillars of Eternity 2, we're in the tail end of that going on, because my voice is giving out, and without my voice I am nothing. I'm literally a voice surrounded by skin and an exceptionally dying hairline and massive forehead. So do I bother bribing the guards to let me in now, or do I just wait a few hours till morning, because it's pissing down with rain? I want to get in this place. Oh my days, I'm still buzzing. The problem is I'm knackered. I got no sleep on Friday night, and I've been out today, and I know what will happen is I'll try to go to bed once I've warmed down and chill out from this, and I won't be able to sleep, because that just happens. That's just how I'm going to see you at this point. What, a voice wrapped in a skin suit? It's a pretty accurate biological description of my fundamental makeup. Perhaps we can arrive at a mutually beneficial understanding?
If you're interested in making a donation, I'd accept it with thanks. But the doors stay closed.
Well, go fuck yourself then, lady. I will wait. I mean, I already paid for a room, and it didn't even last me the night. I think my party went to bed at like 6 o'clock in the evening. They've now woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Right, it's hour 4 pre-dawn. I don't care. Fine, wait, whatever. And we got these lovely, I've got my Twitch, my London 6 reusable plastic mug. One of my party members is having a drug crash. I think I gave my wizard too much of that little wizard powder that makes him useful, and now he's like jonesing for it like a meth head over it inside a bin. All right, can we go inside here now? Thank you. Been heavy lifting at the venue today. Oh my god, mate. Of course, we always forget. We're all like knackered and talking about it and sharing all the tweets and doing all the stuff, and you guys are doing all the deconstruction. Stone Crusher Phoenix. Oh, look who walked away with all the creds. 270 creds in profit. FYI, folks, creds, K-R-E-D, because Krayven, because my ego is so very small, is the channel points. You want to learn more about it, exclamation mark cred without the S, exclamation mark K-R-E-D. If you ever want to find that and to remind yourself, that channel command is always in every single stream title. Dude, yeah, you've been doing all the cleanup as well. You've been doing all the cleanup as well. Easy to forget, so essential. I hope everything, yeah, Meech, did everything go smoothly? It felt like it went really well. The dance floor was lit. The dance floor was lit. Yeah, I got on it the least amount. It's the one thing I was like, wish I'd done more of, because I'm sure it's the case for you for the last few events. I'm getting to the point that because I'm such a chatty bitch and I talk to everybody and at everybody as much as I possibly can, I'm finding now that this time was the most people I talked to again. I set a new sort of record, just hang out, say hi, people who knew me coming up to say hello and vice versa. And I almost missed doing much of anything. I had to sort of sneak out and escape just to get myself a burger at 9:30. And I barely got on the dance floor. And I got there for 5 minutes. And I got on there some more for the last 2 songs. And I missed the rest. And it looked off the freaking chain, man. I don't know how they do it. And it's every 6 months as well. Yeah, from our side, it was a dream. Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's company property, leave it alone. Well, their market as theft. Don't give me the option to just pick something up and have it not count as theft. You don't even have a name. You're an NPC without a name. You literally take up pixels. What a knob. That is probably nothing even worth. It's probably like a level 1 scroll, but now I can't have it. I'm really mad. Where am I supposed to be handing this bad boy in? That was... Oh, yes. Pariki's Overlook, Dirty Laundry, Director Castol is who I've got to hand this into. So where the hell is he when he's at home, or she? I can't remember if that's the main boss or one below. Oh, I wasn't. Oh, that's the governor. I think the director's 1 floor up. Let me remind myself. Man, Twitch London sounds nice. Yes, oh, Saf, yes, it would be amazing to meet you. It would be so good to meet you. And yeah, it is an absolute blast. And the cool thing about it is it really discriminates. One of the many, I say the cool thing about it, like there's only one cool thing about Twitch London. The many cool things about Twitch London is there really isn't as much of a demarcation between being a partner, being an affiliate, and being a viewer, a fan, or an unaffiliated streamer as there is perhaps at like TwitchCon. It's a community meetup, as I was saying in the start of the warm-up, and it's a party, but it's not just a party and a piss-up. You know, some people say, oh, it's just a big piss-up. Like, no, there's places to sit and chill out. There are fun little booths, but there's not booths like event things like here's overclockers and here's this like you'd find at a con. There's fun little photo booths. There's events going on. There's usually a mini meetup on the Friday that's super ad hoc and casual and friendly, and it always has a nice little turnout for people who want the whole weekend. There's the VIP mixer, which is really where it's like primarily talking to the sponsors and this, that, and the other. Partners and really big people mingle a lot more freely because it's really much more just as streamers. No matter how big you are, you just chat to people. I've seen, and it's given me great pleasure to see some of the shyest, most retreating sort of introverted folks. Hell, we've got a couple in the community here who've come by. I mean, Simi, who gave me like 4 bags of jelly beans because I've been poisoning myself with this bean boozle for like a month and a half. Find the way that Twitch London works has allowed them to make new friends. Just have a couple of people who be willing to say hello and introduce them. Then from then on in, they feel comfortable with it. And you can have someone who's just there to have fun and might not even be a streamer themselves, and maybe just a moderator, talking to someone from like 2 Angry Gamers or like kind of anything like that. And it's very unpretentious. It's just a really good time. Yeah, it is every 6 months. It's every 6 months, Saf. So there's like a winter one and a summer one. The location changes in parts of summer each time. So the last summer was in Twickenham Stadium. There was a mini meetup in, oh, which park was it? Hyde Park or I'm trying to remember the park. It's near where I used to live, but it was near Twickenham Stadium, and then Twickenham Stadium for the VIP mixer and then the main event. The one before that was at, I can't remember the name of the location, but it was more out in East London. This one was just in Key Street, this, you know, the awesome graffiti, bespoke living graffiti, street art gallery underneath Waterloo Station for basically all of it. Even the Topolsky bar on the way to the South Bank was in walking distance. Although that was a little bit odd. Oh, Meech, I don't know if I said this to you. I probably did on the night, but it cracked me up. Because I used to live in Isleworth and Waterloo line was my way into Central, I know Waterloo and the South Bank really well.
Do you suppose a Hasongo was a kind of vengeance for Rawatai's assistance with the God Hammer?
Oh.
Oh, listen to me. It all sounds perfectly mad.
Every part of that street where Topolsky was, the Archduke, every bar and restaurant up to the point where the South Bank Centre starts. In the 3.5 years in London, I've been in a date, at least one date on every single one of those locations. It was genuinely weird. Hey, Citizen Angel Queen, how you doing, beautiful? Summer and winter every year, yeah, no, they always mix it up. That is it. I suddenly, as I was saying it, I think I recalled saying it to you. Oh man, it was good times. But yeah, Safi should. Anyone who's like a fan of it, you're a streamer in your own right, you're in the UK, got the means, it's a fun weekend, it's worth a travel, and you can just chat to people. It emphasizes all the things about streaming community without having the kind of more sterile structure that you get at conventions. To be fair, I'm a little bit biased because I've only been to TwitchCon EU and I only did the very first one in Berlin, and it was nice and fun. But I tell you what made TwitchCon EU fun for me was the previous 4 Twitch Londons. If I hadn't had Twitch London, not gone to it, TwitchCon EU would have frankly sucked balls, except for some of the cool free swag. But I reckon half the fun that was had, certainly by everyone at the UK at the first TwitchCon EU, is because they already had about 6 billion friends from Twitch London happening, and then you could go along and compensate for the really rather paltry amount of stuff there was to do. Anyway, before any Twitch staff are listening and I get like what affiliation status I have completely ripped away from me and kicked in the penis, I will be quiet, but that's just my personal opinion. Anywho, I took care of things at the bathhouse. That sounds deeply sexual.
Perfecto. What did you discover?
Quano is selling gunpowder and weapons to the Principi.
Diverus? That is worse than I suspected. Please, explain.
I'm too northern to deal with London heat in the summer. Yes, that famous London heat. My personal opinion, you're awesome. Well, you're awesome and breathtaking. So is everybody who came over with you, especially all the lovely people who are sticking around. And Angel Queen, how are you doing, mate? Hi, mate. Just pop in and say hello. Health is poorly at the moment, but I'm here. Oh, bless you. Well, don't make yourself sick. If you just want a little bit of the background hubbub, the soothing tones of my currently not at all soothing, cracked as hell, harsh, I've talked too much for 48 hours voice, then you're in the right place. We're going for a little tad longer, but I do hope you're well. And of course, if you need to say anything, the clinic is right there, and you know me well enough to just kind of ping me a message. Got it, guys. Thanks again for this weekend. Peace out. Hey, Meech, same back to you, and of course to Soph and Fred and Emily as well. Get yourself some bloody rest. You've more than earned it, dude, and I'll catch you soon. Thanks for swinging in as well. It's really kind of you, mate. Diverse, which is Valian for confirmation, roughly translates to really or seriously. Option 1. Tola is planning on using Royal Dead Fire Company weapons against the Valian Trading Company convoy carrying Luminous Ardra. If the Luminous Ardra has already been harvested, there's no point letting it get sunk to the bottom of the sea, especially at the benefit of the Royal Dead Fire Company, who put the sea in. See you next Tuesday. So, yeah, let's just tell him.
Our convoy routes are meant to be a well-guarded secret. I might as well have sent the Principi a letter.
I love the way he says Principi. I can't even roll my R's properly at the moment because my throat's so raw. A Valian expletive or curse. Medico. That's all.
That is enough to work with. Aggressiva.
Krayven.
I do believe I'm going to ruin Quarno's day.
He says that with quite some degree of relish. 1,400 copper pans and 10,000 Jillian experience. Oh yeah, I've still got to get a few. I took the least amount of pictures I've ever taken. I don't know about this Moose, and anyone else who is at Twitch London or have done several of them. Have you found that the more often you've gone, you've been less concerned, or it's been perhaps less reflexive or habitual to take a bunch of photos, or you have to think about it more to remember to take photos? As and you just get more into hanging out and being social. Because I found early on, like, there was more the, who am I meeting? Oh, I didn't hardly know any of the streamers, and like, oh, that person's big partner, and they're them, and that's cool. I want to get lots of photos, I want to post them all up and do that. And now a lot of these people are actually friends, and I just hang out, and it's just nice to see them, and other people are sort of happy to see me, and we just have conversations. It keeps slipping my mind to the point I realized, oh yeah, at the mixer I didn't take a single goddamn picture, and I think I took like 3 at the main events, usually with one person, a friend who I hardly got to talk to, who was about to leave, and then one on the way out. And I think I took 2 pictures of my food at the South Bank food festival. And I just, that happens to me all the time. No worries, Moose. Sorry, I didn't realise I just missaw your BRB there. I never take photos. I used to be really good. I used to be really on it. Do you say friends? Hey, dude, I'm back again. Slice Eye, welcome back. Speaking of which, you said hi. You popped by. You're a subscriber. Well, you're a citizen. It's like a subscriber, but better. And I was really glad to catch you, but obviously it would have hoped. I was keeping half an eye out for oh, King Argaroth, bless your cotton socks, you've been here chilling and lurking all this time. That is so very kind of you. Sai is a streamer, and he discovered us before sort of any of this court, and he's got the purple beard. He's been doing some Call of Duty World War II. So if that is up your street, I've yet myself to get to go and check out some of his content. But there you go. If Call of Duty and World War II and that kind of stuff is your kind of bag, and Sai, feel free to say a line or two a bit more about what you do, then by all means, folk, click that link, check it out, bookmark it, drop a follow. Yeah, I forgot to take my pictures. Yeah, I did as well. I've got to get better at it. But enough people were on point with it. Just going into the Twitch London and the London 6 or the LDN 6 hashtag, and it's like absolutely loaded. Continue.
I do have another matter I could use your assistance with, Watcher. If you have a moment.
I'm going to be a little bit flippant. I'm going to be a little bit coy, a bit cocky. More trouble at the bathhouse. Someone took a dark light around here and showed the truth of the situation. It looked like a Jackson Pollock painting.
Not quite. Though you may feel the need for a personal visit yourself after.
Castell smiles thinly at some private jest. That sounds kind of grim. Hey, no worries, bruv. Oh my god! The Retroverts are here! Exclamation mark welcome. Citizen Fraswa, Aitsu Kitsune, the Noxious BXT, Gemini Angel, Blue Pierced Pixeo. Welcome to Krayven's Town. A legit welcome to Krayven's Town. All of you coming in. That's a mighty raid. My voice is so ruined. My voice is so ruined. And all these people coming in who I saw at the weekend dropping so much love. Hello, you absolute beauts. How are you? How are you? One or Rinab or Rinab B414. Rinab B414, thanks so much for the follow. Residency to Krayven's Town is granted. Lodgings are being prepared. Please ignore the screams. They are screams of joy. If anyone happens to dissent from this official Krayven's Town propaganda, report them to your nearest Krayven enforcer for re-education and, if necessary, processing. And the stream to you, Notorious BXT. I love it, the Notorious BXT. We work a 37-hour day here. You'll get used to it, or you'll have a psychotic episode. Nuke for Prez. It seems to be going that way, doesn't it? Cambria Coheed. Hello, welcome. Citizen Gemini Angel 90. Lovely to see you again. How are you doing? And Fraz, Citizen Fraz, welcome. And yes, please wave those welcomes. We've had some new residents coming in. Residents, what we call followers. It's like being a follower but better. And it's a little perk of joining a town. And like us being a citizen is like being a sub but better. Wave that welcome, wave that welcome. Hey, you're not wearing your shoulder pants this time. No, Blue-Pierced Pixie. I was reference shoulder pants. I did one of my incentives raising money all through October for special effect for the Game On for Everyone campaign was an anti-striptease. So every time someone donated £20 to £29 or £100 or more, and it was included in the high level prize, I put on an additional item of clothing. It got to the point I had multiple hats, about 15 freaking belts and pants around my shoulders. I love that gets remembered. Fraswar, how you doing? How was your stream? It was mint. It was such a fun idea. Thank you so much for waving those welcomes. Genuinely, to those of you who've just become residents, Notorious BXT and Rinabi 414, I appreciate you supporting the channel so much. And with the post-raid insanity, with the post-raid fun coming in, a shout out to the wonderful, singular, excellent, and all-round marvelous Fraswar, who has graced us with a raid once or twice before. Nuke 4 prayers, waved out welcome. He's been entertaining the masses with retro. Now, Fraswar caught me on the Friday and Saturday, did exactly what you should do with me, which is if you see me talking, no, that's what I do 99% of the time, and just came up to say hi. And he was super friendly, engaging, welcoming, and was just all round exactly how he comes across on his streams. I recommend him very highly. A really nice dude, nice community. I want to try and catch more of your content. We do overlap quite a lot sometimes with time, so I appreciate that's not always the easiest, but thank you, welcome. And all of you who just come in, welcome. My name is Krayven. Some of you may have met me if you're at Twitch London at the event, either the Friday afternoon or the VIP mixer or the main day. I'm doing my best to remember names. I'm terrible at it. Some of you might have given me a card, and I'm going to be catching up on all that week. If you don't know me, I'm a pure variety streamer.
And there was much rejoicing.
Oh, Cambria Coheed, thank you so much for the 50 biddies. I sincerely appreciate that. That was very kind. And Shadow Ned, I feel like it should be called Krayven Home. God damn it, that's such a good... I am going to find a way to work that in, because Craven's Town has been since the start. It rolls off the tongue like Jamestown, but that Krayven Home... It's a Half-Life 2 reference, which I love, but that means we don't go to Krayven Home. Maybe there should be a mirrored bit. Maybe there should be like a shadow, like a former outpost that got destroyed near the town, because I do have this whole running lore and theme about Craven's Town. It's like a whole thing that we have. So the idea of we don't go to Krayven Home, I love that. I must mentally bookmark that. And if you pop by again, remind me, bring it up. Hooray. Half-Life 2 is 15 years old today. Oh, stop making me feel old. Anyone I missed, because that was a mighty invasion. That was a Shadow Ned 7. Citizens, waved out welcome. Thanks so much for the follow. A Craybot will be down to help you with your belongings to your habitation pod shortly. In the meantime, get yourself a drink from the bar. Icy Kitsune, yes, Notorious BXT, Gemini Angel, who's got her lovely citizens flag. Oh, his, I should say. Welcome, one and all. Thank you, all my current citizens who really did the welcome command and offered a very deserved, legit welcome. Mexican Moose, I love you showing that legit combo, that legit moose height. That's beautiful. It is a thing of incredible aesthetic pleasingness. Yes, so if you don't know me, variety streamer, or if you encountered me recently or perhaps just heard of my name about somewhere around and about, like I've been hearing of other people's, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, I'm normally live. Welcome to the tail end of Story Sunday, my de facto day for narration. I would normally be doing ASMR live reading for the last hour. I do narrative games today, and then I do ASMR live reading of a storybook, currently doing The Name of the Wind, but my voice is too ruined to do it properly because I like to put it up on YouTube once I've edited it later, so I'm just sticking to the gameplay today. Those of you who just come over for the raid to support Fraswar, good on you. I appreciate sometimes raiders want to come over and then head off. If you want to catch me in future, do feel free to hit that follow button. No obligation to do so, but if you want to know when I'm back on to just see a bit more before you decide, I am back at 7 p.m. Don't worry, I'm not finishing right now, but I'm back at 7 p.m. With Mellow Out Monday and a new streaming week. My schedule is down in the channel panels, as is info underneath that about what I do. I have a theme for every day of the week. I've got about 6 or 7 things running concurrently, and I do different things on different days, so you can tune in, just like how television used to work. It's definitely her, but get it, respect. I know there's a John Crow. Oh god, yes. I've encountered that one before, Coheed. I've encountered that John Krayven thing. I've even got that as a character name on Fallen London. The Name of the Wind, reading that book. Yes, I'm actually live reading it. Well, Gemini, you'll be able to recommend it. So this will be mirrored, but The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss is part of the Kingkiller Chronicles. It is absolutely wonderful, and enough people have commented, not on my voice right now because it's ruined from 48 hours of about 8,000 conversations, but commented on my reading voice enough to it has a soporific quality, so if you're in the UK or mainland Europe and everything, your bedtime story, if you're in the US and so on, it's your afternoon, Sunday chill out thing to deliver it. But I'll be picking that up next week, so I won't do it justice today with how absolutely raw I am. Oh, sorry, King Argoth. Yeah, no worries. I haven't actually started putting that stuff on there yet. I'm catching up on my YouTube. But yes, my socials, just to whore myself shamelessly, at Krayven_Twitch on the Twitter. Do feel free to become a subscriber on the YouTube. It's mainly VODs at the moment. Next year, tail end of this year, next year, I'm going to be doing bespoke content. And Instagram is Instagram. And those of you who are enjoying the community, the vibe and everything else, the concept of the town flags, resident citizens, all that jazz, it is just the tip of the iceberg with the gamification, the full running town theme we have. Because this is the entertainment complex and also the gatehouse house. If you want to take up your full residency, you can do so right there. We'd love to get to know you better. But some of you I expect have come by for a bit of gameplay, so I'm going to swing straight over. One last little thing to do. If you're sticking around, to quote Kane from Diablo 2, which I always say, stay a while and listen. Do feel free to hit that link or remove refer a raid from the URL. You count towards if you can. I really appreciate it. Oh, I'm currently reading the North Korea book by Michael Palin. I didn't know he'd done one on North Korea. I'm starting the Invisibles graphic novel Starina got me for my birthday. That's wicked. That's wicked. My only bugbear is his habit of swapping between fall and autumn. I hadn't noticed that, Gemini, but now I won't be able to unsee it. Oh my goodness. But well spotted. Well spotted. Kudos to you. Back to Pillars. Right, we'll do a little bit more Pillars of Eternity. I'm going to finish up this quest. Welcome. Lovely to have you all. It's okay. It's okay. It's a very astute observation. Kudos. A credit to your dedicated and observant reading. Lovely, lovely to have you all. And those of you who are in the UK, Europe, and around, Franz, did I give you a? Oh, fuck it, I'm going to do a second one. I think I did a shout out. I'm pretty sure I did a shout out because you've been doing retro. But by the way, Francois and also Moose, who came in as well. Francois and Moose, if you're both still around, do feel free to say a bit more about what you stream, because the link only says what you just most recently did. But if you do a variety of different things, if you currently got a series of games on your roster, you've got my permission to talk about that. And Fraz, certainly say what retro game you're playing. Absolutely. It's one thing. A link on its own is not a shout out. And talking someone up for 5 seconds after a big raid is not a shout out. You do a link and you actually talk about people properly. Well, that's just my personal philosophy. I'm just an idiot in it. What? Yeah, Moose, say a little bit about what you're up to, because I know you do multiple things. And yeah, what are you doing at the moment? Franchise playthrough for me, Squire. Nice. What franchise are you on at the moment? What retro franchise? So he's talked about some weird creepy joke at the bathhouse.
It concerns a business associate, a captain by the name of
Oh, interesting. He is the head of the Principi Sen Patroni, the first seat on the council. He's the one who wants me to basically do slavery at Crookspur. Now we're starting to see the factions get directly in competition and conflict with one another. And people, my main companions in the party, most of them, about half of them, represent a major faction in the game. Oh, by the way, this is done by Obsidian, so you know the RPG, the dialogue choices, and the quests are going to be written absolutely on point.
He's something of a notable figure among the Principi, I'm told.
Absolutely. Metal Gear. Oh, you're doing Metal Gear Solid on the Game Boy Color. Oh, wow, cool, man. So yeah, folks, so Fraz has been doing quite a bit of retro and a proper MGS playthrough on Game Boy Color at the moment. And hey, no worries, Sly. I just consider that myself. Not everyone will do that little back, but that's what I think is the right thing to do. You vouch for people you want to vouch for. How's Pillars treating you? Big and long and beefy. This one is really, really good in its own way, but it feels a bit huge. I feel the first one was slightly tighter. But it also might be because I'm doing a turn-based playthrough, which makes it even longer and slower. But it's very, very good. It's very, very well done. If you like your sort of Baldur's Gates, your Planescape Torment, Icewind Dale, this number 1 and number 2 are a collective love letter to them both. The details, everything about them is just great. It's a very, very good example of the game of its type, of a sort of CRPG, the classic roleplay game from the sort of D&D-esque world, like the games I just named. And the writing, the characterization, the level of detail, the choices, the actual roleplay you can do is... Well, it's Obsidian, so it's second to none. I mean, the original Fallout, when they were Black Isle Studios, Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2, Neverwinter Nights 2 was them. Obviously, The Outer Worlds has gotten them a lot of fame and kudos recently. They were the ones who developed Fallout New Vegas, the best arguably of the modern Fallouts, from what I've been told, with incredible time pressures from Bethesda as well. And they still did a great job of it. So much innuendo, as Jess said. I know, in your endo. But yeah, it's treating me pretty good, man. It's treating me pretty good. It's just not doing my voice any favours, but I never do that anyway. So taking a page from Quano's book, you're working with a Principi captain.
A more reasonable specimen, but yes.
Hypocrisy, thy name is Valian.
Circumstances, but then little about any of this has been ideal.
Gosh darn it. I should have Seraphim in the party for this, because he's the Principi guy, and Palagina, my paladin, she's the pro-Valian person.
Captain Ferrante will have the details, but the matter concerns a contact of his on the island of Crookspur.
Oh my. Now, Seraphen, my Principi guy, was given to me by the Ferrante, or assigned to me in that regard, was very anti what was being done, because the Principi Sempetroni are anti-slavery. You're not supposed to do it in this sort of confederacy of like somewhat decent pirates, but they've been doing it under the table when it's politically suitable, and now this guy's kind of dealing with the... I'm wondering if Director Castell is the political person with a lot of sway. We got a quest for Captain Ferrante, and he hasn't named, but there's a politically placed person in Nekataka with a lot of sway, and I'm wondering if it's Director Castell, because this is too coincidental.
Apparently, they're having some trouble out there with the hostile tribe. You help them, Ferrante helps the company. You've proven resourceful. You make the logical choice.
Moose, so Mexican Moose folks, who came in with the raid prior to Fraz. Variety likes FPSs and Minecraft, sometimes do horror, so people can scare me. The more I meet new people, the more I want to explore difficult games and genres because it's fun. I guess that's a summary of it. Nice ones. Yeah, as I said, the Minecraft and the FPS stuff, and the Blair Witch Project, which he's just been doing, which is the horror thing. And yeah, he does all of it really nicely, and you can talk to him about music as well. He's got that awesome Mexican style overlay. Nice one, dude. Nice one. Yes. Frazwa and Mexican Moose both. Check them out. Give them a follow. You'll find something up your street. And oh, Neverwinter, how I missed these. So many years ago since playing that one. That was back in my Magic the Gathering tournaments and Grand Prix days. Wowzers, now I feel old. You and I both, Sly. You and I both. Let's see. I'll go find his Captain Froll. I already know who he is. That's not much to go on. But I have some skill checks in the chat. Now, I have a general principle when I'm playing these kind of games. If I have a skill check, I'll always take it. But this being a very modern one means although a skill check will usually give you a more positive version of the potential outcome, it's not always a net positive. So it could be a shitty outcome, but it gives you a shitty outcome that is like better. Like if you're trying to intimidate someone, you more successfully intimidate them, but it still gives you the end result that you might not want to get. But these are both insight checks, so I can do them based on my personality. So even with the same skill, insight of 6 or insight of 6, my character's very insightful, so he usually passes these. So I can either say, you're not telling me something, or I can be a bit more aggressive. Come clean, Castell, you're making me nervous, and that's dangerous. Out there, the hostile tribe. This is more... I've done him quite the big favour protecting his whole cargo. He's apparently dealing with pirates as a hypocrite. Now, the way I play Krayven is a good guy. He is, all other things being even, he's benevolent, he's insightful, he's diplomatic, and pragmatic. In the first game, I played him much more straight-laced because he's gone through hell since then. Oh, FYI, if you do the first game, you can load the end game scene, the final point before you make the final decision. You can load that into this game, and stuff you did in the first game will come up in conversations if you've done it, which is such an amazing touch. So I've tried to make him a bit more rounded to acknowledge his development as a character and the story he's been through. This is a bit too innocuous. I've got to think about how characters react. If you're always nice to people, sometimes people take advantage, and sometimes if you're a bit more aggressive, they back down and you're like, they respect that, your power. So you have to sort of think about it. You'd play it safe and go 3. Why is your character on fire? Good question. He's a godlike. So there's a sub-race. There's multiple fantasy races in this, and one of them is a race called godlike, which is kind of... Other races can be touched by the gods, and depending on which god's mark they carry, they're like that. So my character has been touched by the fire goddess, Magran, and he's a fire godlike. It's not actually literally on fire. It's a fire that doesn't burn, so it's a sort of more visual thing. So you can be touched and it won't burn skin or anything else like that, but it goes... There's about 6 or 7 different types of godlike, and yeah, mine's a fire godlike, so that's why. I like being aggressive. Touch me, Gotti. I'm sorry. Yeah, no worries, ShadowNed. Thank you. That's really cool, man. It was a great. It's a good pun as well. It's a good pun. I'm gonna have to try and give it some thought. I might forget, but hopefully it will tick back through the cogs at some point. I've done a big solid for him, but he's making me nervous, and that's... I don't know if this guy would respond to threats. He's the director of a major company. He doesn't get where he is by being a soft touch, a pushover. But he's clearly doing something under the table. He doesn't have much to stand on, and he's literally doing something where he just made me go, and that a rival just did, that he made me take care of. I've never really been this aggressive with Krayven before. This is very much, it's not dangerous to make me nervous, really. 3 is more in keeping with my character, I think.
Swordy McSword face.
Good name choice. Anyhow, good luck with it. Enjoy the rest of your stream, dude. Again, thanks for shouting. My pleasure, dude. Take care. I'll see you at the next one. Good night, Sly. Yeah, get yourself some rest, and I'll catch you again soon. Really nice to see you, even for 5 seconds. We're doing more next time. Mexican Moose has named a thing, Swordy McSwordface. That'll definitely come up in Oxygen Not Included, because we have new bases and new derps being printed and random ones eventually dying of starvation. I'm going to go number 3. That's more in keeping with my... Oh my god. Citizens, hit that legit. For every one of us. Oh, my voice can't do the high bits. Oh, King Argaroth! King Argaroth, citizens, that's it. Sapphire showing how it's done. If you have a Cravenstown town flag of any colour next to your name, hit that legit. Hit that legit for King Argaroth. King Argaroth, welcome to the ranks of the citizenry. You are not just legit, you're Cravenstown legit. I know, Sapphire, I can't take it. Oh, my word, look at that wall of legit. That is a thing of beauty. Top work, folks. Top folks. That's a proper welcome to the ranks of Citizens Towers. First of all, enjoy the emotes. The next 3 will be getting drawn up this month and in the remainder of the year. They've only been open slots for like 6 months because my community is lovely and had them available as soon as more than one became available to affiliates. But in the meanwhile, hit that legit, use that legit as you see fit. The most common bit of gamer slang on the entire internet, and the only place on all of Twitch where you get an emote that actually says legit. So whenever someone says legit, does something legit, you want to emphasize other emotes with legit, now you can. And pair it up like Moose is demonstrating so perfectly. That's like legit Oshi right there, or legit love, legit height, legit GG, all that stuff. And whenever you're here, we get a new citizen, which is what we call subscribers. Hit that legit. And whenever we get a new follower, do a row of wave that welcome. You'll see the welcome banner, the welcome to Cravenstown, to welcome new residents. Otherwise, likewise, use it here as you see fit as well. Wave your all new Cravenstown town flag loud and proud every time you chat, right next to your username, whether or not I'm online. And the longer your citizenship is maintained, the fancier and more prestigious it will get. Third, you'll be able to enter the citizens only giveaway, the once per month prize draw, the first stream of the month. I try and make it as close to the first of the month as possible. So the next one will be the first stream of December. I start the show at 7 usually. I open up the competition at 8 PM GMT. Exclamation mark giveaway in the chat. Once that happens, I announce it in good time in Cravenstown and on my Twitter. Fourth, you will have the Cravenstown Chronicle delivered straight to your inbox, the only newspaper you'll ever need for all things you need to know about around town. Updates to the channel, retrospectives, things that are coming delivered straight to your door. It's also posted in the Citizens Lounge, which to lead us on to number 5, you'll have access to Citizens Towers, which includes the lounge and the treasury, a subs-only area of Cravenstown Discord that has the chat room, which is the lounge, and also the treasury, which is a first-come, first-served drop-off and exchange and share point for gifts, from free game codes to physical things to discounts and anything else. Is another perk for being citizens, because we are community first and very much community bonding. Last but by no means least, my undying appreciation and gratitude, and let's just get a little Discord bit in there as well. Yes, don't worry, don't worry, I've got it there. Sapphire, don't worry, my voice is just like this from straining. This isn't a torn dry throat, it's just talking so much for the last 2 days, but I appreciate the concern. Look at that mighty demonstration of combos. Legit love, legit with the hearts, legit FF right there. Beautiful, beautiful top work. Last but by no means least, my dying appreciation and gratitude. And I will do a bean. We've already had that one today. Let's do a different one. Oh, fuck it. I'll pick one I want to do. I'm trying to get... Okay, this is going to be Tutti Frutti or Stinky Socks. Tutti Frutti. Tutti Frutti. Tutti Frutti. You brought me good luck. You brought me good luck, Argaroth. And I should have said, you're not just a citizen. You're not just legit. You're not just Cravenstown legit. You're Prime legit. That was your Twitch Prime. I caught that. I missed that part of my spiel. You could have put that anywhere. 2.2 to 3.2 million channels, and that number's already out of date. And you chose this one to spend it on. Thank you so much. That is very, very kind of you, and I appreciate it very much. It wasn't. This one was Tutti Frutti. Honestly, Moose, if you must have had these before, right? You guys know I can't fake the reaction. When we get a bad one, it's a bad one. I'm slowly starting to get a little bit better. When I first had them, it was grim. I was really struggling with it, but I'm getting a little bit better now. Yeah, I'm gonna go option 3. You're not telling me something.
I would not normally enter into such pacts with the likes of Ferrante.
Yeah, right.
The company's assets are in some disarray. Our resources are not what they once were.
Ah, get to the bottom of things. It's the purse strings. Never. I would never do that. I have a horde of witnesses that love laughing whenever we get a shitty one. Don't believe me. Tell him porky pies. I wish porky pie was one of the flavors. Pork pie flavored jelly bean. Yes, please.
It is a shameful state of affairs. But
shame.
I am doing what I can to remedy the situation.
Gonna talk around the point any further, mate?
You'll find Ferrante in Dunwich. Dunwich is a den for pirates, as you might imagine. You'll likely be in less danger there than on the sea, but all the same, I recommend extreme caution.
Yeah, Dunwich is totally safe. It's one of the first places I went to, mate. Well, interesting. Let's have a look at what this new quest, what do you call it? Something... I didn't even fucking look. It'll come up. It'll come up. Shrewd proposition of like minds. That looks new, yeah. Director Castel has a contact among the Principi. Yeah, Captain Ferrante. Positioned to aid certain Valian trade prospects on the island of Crooksburg. The only thing that happens on Crooksburg is actual slavery. Oh, God damn it. I might do this with Ferrante to see if it starts to directly go into what I'm guessing, which is the slave trading side of things, because if it starts to go that far, the Valians can sod off. The major factions we have, by the way, folks, is the Valian Trading Company and the Royal Deadfire Company, which are the sort of two major colonial powers seeking to exploit this Deadfire region. The Principi Sempertroni, which is a sort of coalition of pirates, a sort of pirate council, as the Thousand Islands and Deadfire Archipelago just make it ripe for all of that. You have the Huana, which are the native people. There's two subspecies of the Almwa race: the coastal Almwa, which are the Royal Deadfire Company and the main empire, and the Huana, which are the island Almwa, and they represent the sort of tribal native group. Those are the big four. Who am I forgetting? There are some various smaller factions and individual groups and like sort of like orders of paladins and bits and pieces like that. But I think those are the four major powers. Yeah, because we have Maya, our hunter, who is from the Royal Deadfire Company, Palagina, who was in the first game, who is Valian Trading Company, our pirate cipher Seraphen, who's Principi. Oh yeah, and you've got like people like Aloth, our wizard from the first game. I guess Jyoti's kind of tied with smaller religious group. And who... Yeah, Principi... Oh yeah, and we have Tenahu, who is the Hasongo, the Huana druid. God, having to remember all this lore at the top of my head doesn't come all that easily. Forgot Huana. Yes, I got to there. Anyway, I'm still rather delicate from partying with Fraz and Co last night, and I haven't slept yet. I'll drop by again. King Argaroth, it's been a pleasure to have you here, and I totally understand. I'll be back on tomorrow at 7 o'clock for possibly the end of Fallout New Vegas. We're on the very end game. It might take 1 or 2 streams, but the playthrough I've been doing for absolutely months is coming to a conclusion starting tomorrow, so don't miss that if you can. Hey, Citizen Michael Bay. Hello, 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 hello. How are you? Happy Sunday, mate. I hope the weekend is finding you well. Now, where to next? I think we've done enough work for this. Why is it not updated? Skipping ahead. The other quest.
Gonna head to bed here, but I'll see you tomorrow. Please drink some water and take some lozenges.
That must be Sapphire. It'll come up in a second, and thank you, yes. I think a lozenge isn't a bad shout, actually. Oh, bless you, mate. Good night to yourself and Ruby, and I will get on top of Discworld books before too long. Sleep well, and thank you, as always, for being here, you beaut. Take care of yourself. I shall follow your sage advice. Okay, I I think we've mostly done for the advancement of stories back in the capital here, and if I go to the city-wide map, Pariki's Overlook, the Gullet. There's more stuff in the Brass Citadel and a couple of bits left in the Sacred Stair, but I think it's worth moving over to Serpent's Crown at this point, or could we not go directly there? What's going on? Oh shit, I'm not actually at the edge of the map. I need to navigate myself out. It's worth stopping by, let's go to fast forward, make this a bit quicker. It's worth going by maybe Pariki's Overlook to scout for crew. I need a better surgeon, or I need a more specialised surgeon for my ship.
Behold, Aethys is risen again.
Sorry, it's
he is
looking up a little bit,
glorious
not
in
sure why.
form and purpose.
Well, except the fact the PC's old as fuck. Road North, that's the one we're after. Okay. Through the back alleys. Oh god, of course, yeah, that's past these Mediterranean-looking estates. That's what's going on, right. We haven't rested again since, so we should have these nice, yeah, Constantine's massage. One of our crew members gave every one of our main party a massage, and now we get these awesome bonuses from it. Can we go straight to Serpent's Crown? 2 hours, 20 minutes of in-game time. We get the Indiana Jones red line as we whip through all of it, up the path, and there we are. Bam, done. It's been a little while since we're here. We've got at least one bounty to head in, and then I've got to factor some things up before we go into the palace and have a few conversations. Oh, yeah, I think my throat's on its last legs. Right, I've got to tap out. Have a good one, dude. All the best. Legit love. Legit love. Thanks again, Fraz. Thank you so much. And Gemini as well. Going to head to bed myself. It's been a day. Night, Krayven and chat. Thank you, all of you. We really, really appreciate it. As I say, back tomorrow, 7 PM, doing Fallout New Vegas for Mellow Out Monday. New schedule will go up. It's pinned to the top of my Twitter, and it will be posted in the stream info terminals in Cravenstown. Once again for that, because I know the socials, we're all down with the kids with the socials. If you're not already. And if you haven't yet and you're heading off soon, do feel free to become a resident.
Than what I'm used to. Well, it must be for you, too.
Not really.
Quite different. Even I am not accustomed to this much sailing.
They seem to hold the godlike in high regard. You ever think about staying?
The Dukes have liberated me from the burden of making that choice, Edér.
Huh, fair enough. But it's true that my character's history, he's originally from Deadfire, so this is Krayven. This region, this part of the world, is actually where he was born before he moved to the Deerwood and sort of settled there. And as a fire godlike, he's quite revered. That's why all these people go, one of the godlikes and Amira's blessings on you and all that stuff, because they hold people like my character in quite high regard. They consider them good luck. Yes, we've got at least one bounty to hand in. Yes, Nungata. We've already done Bana, and it's still one level above where we are, so we might get bonus XP for handing it in. Nungata should be grateful to know there's one fewer murderer, well, one fewer, it should be one less murderer roaming the islands, because you don't use fear in that context. She can be found in Serpent's Crown in Nekataka. Yep. I think I know where I'm going to go and find her. Round the top where we got that imp called Useless Idiot on my crew. Even though he's anything but useless, he's like a master navigator. He's extremely good. I also love the parallax stuff they do here. Look at that. Look at that lovely, just that background. The way the sort of blurred island just does that. That is some beautiful parallax mapping. Sorry, my little technical games artist bit came out there, but I just love that kind of attention to detail. Okay, there she is. Ooh, Iretti, you're a merchant of some...
Do you seek companionship on your travels across the Deadfire? Why not take a little friend along?
What?
We have many animals on offer, all well-trained and eager for a new home.
She sells floofs. We love floofs. We have lots of pets.
Akira, you are sure to find one that suits you.
I can't believe I hadn't chatted to her already. Bubble the cat. Okay, most of these... Catherine von Killian the cat, just for the name alone. Oh, what's this one? Nebula. It's a spectral dragon. OMG, because we have Cosmo the Space Pig, who is a special bonus from the first one that you get for pre-ordering the game. Nebula. 5% chance to cast Withdraw or Recall Agony on owner when attacked while near death. Grants Nebula's Blessing. What's Nebula's Blessing? AoE, random effect, strong, fit, quick. Wow, that's really good. While in combat, Nebula will periodically grant one character an inspiration. While you are near death and being attacked, Nebula always has a small chance to cast. That's... I'm buying most of these. I'm buying all the floofs. We do have a pet tab. Yeah, so all my various, like my other ones, like the Bear Cub, Twix the cat, Epsilon, Haiti the dog, Algol the wolf. Some of these have got some really good bonuses on them. Okay, animals. I was thinking something different to start. I'm buying all of them. So, I'm buying all of them. I can afford them. I'm rescuing every pet. So, Bubble the cat, Elmo, Ginger Demon. What does he do? +1 perception and power. Catherine von Killian the cat, just for the name alone. Loki, 15% area of effect. That's actually quite good. Milks, 1 intellect. We've already got that. Otto Starcat, +1 to all 5 keyworded power levels. Atlas, perception. Chili, resolve. Harley, like bread witchery, +10 damage with ranged attacks. If I had more range in the party, that would actually be rock solid. Pancake, +1 might. Roxy, +1 resolve. Freya, 1 intellect. Mercedes, 15 max health. Meh, that's quite shit. But, still buying it. +20 health restored per kill. It's not too bad, but not too great. Gizmo, 25% stride. That speed bonus when moving around is actually potentially useful. Really useful in turn-based mode. Bark string, -20 dexterity affliction duration. Nah, that's not so great. But Ginger L Esprit Pumpkin Eater. +1 intellect, but for the name alone. Rare Dan, another piggy. 5% of incoming hits converted to grazes. We've got to have Nebula. Right, 5,700 for all the pets. What can I sell in return? Anything? Something? Nothing? I think we visited recently and got some money back. Right, all that money I made at that trading post is now getting spent on floofs. It's now getting spent on floofs. That better not have all gone to the pub. Ah, for fuck's sake. I said to put it in the stash, gosh darn it. Right, well, there we are. She's got nothing left to sell now. We bought the entire pet shop. But most of them... I'll keep the... what are the ones I usually keep? Kaz, that one's quite alright. We'll put most of the rest of them in here. So they're just safe and well fed. And get to roam the ship. I've got this enormous menagerie. Feeling so very happy about this. And pancake, yeah. Milks, I should be able to... Can I just order by type? There we go, by type. By type. Otto Starcat. That feels like something that David Bowie would have called his cat. I'm thinking of Ziggy Stardust, that's why. And Palagina, there's the other one we wanted. Gizmo. Barkstring. You with the crazy awesome name. Roxy. Freya. Mercedes, rather pretentious name for a pet, Mercedes. Socrates, that's quite a cool one. And Rare Dan. And then we'll put you in for now as well, but we'll take you straight back out, little spectral dragon kid. We've got a real dragon and a spectral dragon. Peter. 5% damage. And Evie. Yeah, those are some of the better pets. So we've got Cosmo and Nebula. That's awesome. I wish we could have them both on at the same time. What about this baby boar? What's he doing with it? Attacks interrupt with melee weapons. Yeah, that's a really good bonus. Awesome. Right, we have all the pets. No head crab. Not this time. I'm just let down. Oh, sorry. There's a problem. You can't get a single spec surgeon. Only 3 stars and 1 in another spec. Oh, so the one I have, that guy, that Big Mouth, is as good as it gets. Of all the roles, yes, Mexican Moose, Evie. There is one called Evie. Peter, Evie, but it's Evie, I-E-E, is a sort of shaggy street dog. Has some quite good bonuses. That really sucks, Decadency. Huh. Well, it's good to know. Thank you for checking it out for me, mate. I appreciate that. Nungata, let's hand this one in.
Hunter.
Nungata winks and beckons you over. Give Baina's head. Looks like her luck ran out.
So it has.
Oh, 5,000 copper. Well, that just paid for nearly all the pets. And 15,000 XP. That's because we handed it in still a level above.
She was like a greased pyre in her day, slipping between hands that never grasped her for long. Nothing lasts forever. Good work, Hunter.
Oh, really? Ah, okay. Okay, and yes, Moose, absolutely still cute. So it does reward a sort of... There are some new game plus components then. Fair enough. What bounties do you have available?
My contacts hiss of Flamewalker Vesali. A Naga shaman with a venomous tongue. During a conflict between clans, Vesali lured a rival leader into an ambush under the guise of truce.
She tuts to herself. She probably stayed up till 2:30, coming up with that Naga shaman, or shaman. Naga shaman with a venomous tongue.
Her snake brethren want her snuffed out. She is rumored to be near the territory she claimed in the eastern parts of the Kawa'orukuhu island chain.
We've been there before. Before I go, I had some questions.
Ask away, Hunter. You are a busy man, Akira. When you have a head to turn in.
Yeah. All right, well, we got a fresh one. That's just going to be a little task. That should be down in... Yeah, Flamewalker Vesali and Bacana's Folly. Okay, Flamewalker Vesali. So this one in Serpent's Crown, she gives the high-level bounties, because we're already level 13, so that means this bounty's at least level 15. Bearing in mind, I think the max level characters can get in this game is 20, sort of classic D&D style. Leaving us with... Oof, actually... Let's move things up. We've got some stuff to handle in the palace. That's going to be quite the moving forward of a few different things, and then we've got to do a bit of the Brass City as well. So we'll put that there for now. As yes, it's just ticking towards midnight, but we've had a whole ton of love there. So come out, I'll turn on Chrome, there'll probably be a chugging on the frame rate with my ancient PC. I'll do the outro and then we'll do a little raid with the Krayven's Town Militia.